Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Iceborne livestream. Hey partner, I'm divorcing you and I'm taking the children. That's what you get for blast nutting in November. It's just how it is, guys. So, let me finish getting this stream set up. I don't like being quiet in the beginning like that. I imagine you guys get a little bored. Let's see, we need to change... I'm trying to think what we need to change. I think everything's about ready. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to get a link. Copy that, and we're going to go over to live streams in the Discord, and I'm going to give everyone a big old ping. And we're going to use this thumbnail. Here we go. Are you sure you want to ping everyone? I certainly am sure. Hey, there we go. That looks nice. And let's... Hey, Quick-Witted, he says, how you paying child support with no job, bruh? I just asked the government to pay for it. Here, I'll update the snack fund for you right now. Hold on, we'll change the snack fund to divorce lawyers. Alright, and it's going to be Quick-Witted. Thank you so much, man. First donation of the night. Dude, make the Shara Ishvalda set. It's amazing, says Wyvern Elemental. What? It's amazing. Cybera says, entertain me. How's it going? Yeah, it's early in the morning. It's 1 a.m. for me. I don't know what time it is for you guys. I really shouldn't be streaming. I should be in bed. I'm really thinking about picking a permanent live stream time where I show up to work to live stream every single day at the correct time so you guys can predict when I'm going to be on live streaming. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing that soon. What you got for me? He's got some blue mushrooms. Okay, so we have been working hard on this character. The previous stream, we got a bunch of the charms pretty much done. You know, I'm about ready to build a bow. I can tell you that. I think I'm ready to build a bow. And we got to work on our master rank. We got to bring it up to level 70. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at some of the other weapons we could craft. We're not going to be crafting the Nergigante weapons because we're not master rank 100, and we can't craft any of the Rathalos weapons yet either. So let's see. So bow's going to be the other major weapon on the PlayStation that we work on. And I actually don't know the best bows. You know what? I'm also thinking probably the main bow we can craft right now. Maybe you guys can help me out. You know what? I tell you what. I'll worry about the bows for the next stream. Let's just start grinding that master rank. What I'll do is for the next PlayStation stream, I'll do a little bit of research on which bows are best. That way I know exactly what I want. I think it's a little too early to be working on them because we really don't have the good parts in the Guiding Lands, right? So Shara Ishval, the longsword, is doing us fine. I'm a little tired of it. I'm ready for a little more variety in what I can play, but we're just going to push through and get the grinding done first. Cybera says, I'm pulling an all-night raising gigas during the Extra Life charity event. I don't know what that is. How's it going, Hasten? Is it Hey Son? Alright, so in order to get to Master Rank 70, I think what we were doing is we were fighting special reward, purple special rewards. Tempered monsters. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. And let's see, I probably have some myself. Well, let's see if anyone's posted. We'll check to see if anyone's posted. Okay, no one's posted, so we'll go ahead and post our own. So we were working on purple investigations because we want the best rewards that we're allowed to have for the decorations, because basically there's some really good decorations out there and we want to unlock them as soon as possible. Alright, manage items. There we go. I suppose we could build another weapon. We don't have to only build bow and dual blades. We can build other weapons. Try using Kadashi layered waist. Pairs well with the master rank Kirin chest. I'm not too worried about layered armor. Thanks for the recommendation, though. Bariath bow is now best in something for ice. Best in a word I don't recognize. We'll go with this. Oh, somebody used a gourmet voucher. Let's have Lucky Cat then. I like Lucky Cat. Cybera says the Extra Life charity event is an event in which game companies and streamers raise money for sick children via gaming live streams. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Barry at the bow is now best in something. I don't know what the S stands for. Best in slot. Thank you. Siberia says Studio Wildcard, who makes Ark Survival Evolved, jacks up the rates for taming, harvesting, XP gains, etc. for every $5,000 raised. I always wonder if those events ever generate money for the charity company. You ever wonder that? I always, I never know. I always wonder exactly how it's running. Like, is somebody making a bunch of money off of it and we just don't know? But I try not to overthink it, I suppose. Brian says, so are you finally divorcing your wife because I'm bored? No, not at all. That's just an edgy title for the live stream, that's all. Yeah, it's an edgy title because what I could have said was, we continue to endlessly grind Monster Hunter Iceborne. That could have been the title, but it's not as fun of a title. Just not. Wes Kiba says, takes 2 weeks to raise a giga on regular time, just so you know. Nice. Man, I have some new music stuck in my head right now. It's like playing in my ears. I can hear it, even though it's just coming from my memory. Is the water moss? Is this loud enough? I might have to turn the game volume up. So Bonboro over there. I'm betting Raytheon's over here. There's my heater. It's cold out here now. It is officially cold. We're in November. Guys, oh, there's Savage Devil Joe. Always excited to run into him. No, don't look at me. Don't do it. If you're not having fun, what's the point? Right, exactly. You gotta have fun with it. He's divorcing his handler for the serious handler. That's right. You figured it out. Alright, so there's Raytheon. Where is he going? Really? Oh my god, man. Alright, let's go over here. What do you plan for this upcoming Thanksgiving? Well, I always do the same thing. I'm real familiar with cooking. Basically, I had 11 siblings, right? So what happened was the oldest children did an enormous amount of cooking and cleaning, and I was one of those oldest children. It was really just came down to my 2 sisters and me. Boop. That's right. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. I did a ton of cooking, and so I became pretty decent at cooking. I have a really good interest in cooking as well. Like, why do things taste good? And one of the things my dad made a big deal out of was teaching all the boys how to cook Thanksgiving dinner. So I just cooked my own Thanksgiving dinner. That's what we're going to do. It's pretty cool. Get fat, lay around eating biscuits and turkey. It's like some of my favorite food anyways. She gonna run? No? Oh, there she goes. Thought she was gonna run. Just see that roll. Don't go anywhere. Nice. Just finished off my arch nemesis from 4U because I started a new save. What? What are we talking about? Can I hit him in the tail? Ooh! Don't go! Oh, darn it. How'd that fireball taste? Not good. Tasted spicy. That didn't work. I was ready for that to be a roar. Come on, Stinky. Come on, Stinky. Oh, please don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere! Ooh. Lunar Sun, thank you so much for the donation, man. Every dollar counts. That's the truth. Nice. It didn't hurt him, but we totally pulled the timing off right, didn't we? See, because we still got level 3 spirit gauge. he's not gonna hit me. Boop. Awesome name for the video. I was just watching your Capcom box Velcana figure. Oh yeah, that was fun. You got to see my cat. I got 2 cats. That's the smarter of the two. She doesn't act. She acts more like a dog, to tell you the truth. All right, let's go ahead and deal some damage to the tail here. Please cut right off. Dude, how tough is this tail? Nice. Good flint shot. Good thing somebody's paying attention to that, because I wasn't. Come on, cut off, man. This is a really tough tail. There it goes. Dahlia's like, we got it. Now we carve the tail. This is the best way to humiliate your opponent. Cut the tail off and then... Oh, we got a Surf Spike. That's good. I know you need the Surf Spikes for Raytheon weapons, so that's actually good. I don't even mind that she interrupted me with the roar there because I got to level 3 Spirit Gauge. Ouch. I never loved those kids anyways. They're all frick-ups. Megared said, one of your cats looks massive when you open that Velcana statue. She's actually not that big. She's just very poofy. Yeah, she doesn't weigh too much. She's not really out of shape at all. She's pretty thin, actually. Yeah, both of our cats. They're a healthy weight. Wait, did I just go the wrong way? I just climbed the wrong way. It's because I was thinking about the message. Watch Rage Gaming so much better and play his videos at max volume with headphones on. What? Sounds like a trick. I wouldn't do it, guys. Alright, so we kind of want to get rid of this level 3 Spirit Gauge before it's gone. Nice. It looks like we might get it. Oh, no, we got interrupted. That's okay, too. We would have lost it either way. Did I just knock the monster back with that pod? I used a Slinger Burst, and I feel like I might have knocked Raytheon backwards. And that's why my Roundhouse Slash didn't land. I've gotten so much better with this weapon since we started. Just the timing and kind of understanding what I should be doing when. Did Bombero really just do that? Dahlia's like... Oh, she's leaving. We're gonna go this way. It's a trap! That's right. There's Devil Joe. At least we didn't have to deal with Devil Joe the whole freaking time. I can see you fade slashing like a G. I like the fade slash a lot. It's a cool move. What's up, man? Hope you have great snacks tonight. Yeah, thanks, man. What do I have? I actually... All I have is my drink. I have a drink and I had a granola bar earlier. Wait, is she still over there? Raul, what is up, Raul? He says, hey there. Sorry it's been so long. Busy with my masters. I was wondering if we could see any wide-range healer build in this stream. Can't use Hunting Horn or Sword and Shield, so expect to see blowguns. Let me update the snack fund for you real fast. If I can get control of my mouse again. Thank you for the generous donation. And good luck on your masters, man. That's a lot of work. So, you're wanting to see a wide range build. The only problem is that this is my PlayStation account, not my Xbox account. And what that means is I probably don't have what I need for a good wide range build. Maybe we can do like a poverty build or something, or budget build. Okay. Oh, there she goes. Where's she going? It's funny, you could see her flying. Have you hired a good versatile attorney? Yeah, I hired Joe. I'll grab this mining outcrop. She has to be captured. Ooh. I don't know if they realized that. She has to be captured, everyone. God, I hope they don't accidentally kill her. All this would be wasted. Hopefully they're listening. She's probably ready to be captured. Alright, he's going to throw her into a wall. Very good. I'm going to set this down. Nice. Alright, we are good on that. Who's Joe? I think the commander is a great lawyer. Nah. Nah, not the commander. Oh, Devil Joe was coming right in. Hello, Gameconomist. How's it going tonight? How's it going, Jacob Sixberry? It's all right. We're doing a very late night stream. It's 1:30 in the morning for me. That's okay. We need to get this character up to Master Rank 100 as soon as possible. Let's see what decorations we got. Fortitude Handicraft, Stone Thrower, Satiated Expert, Grinder, Stone Thrower Physique. So getting a Handicraft and getting an Expert is both decent, but we're looking for the really good decorations. You know, the decorations that really fundamentally change your build. We're looking for those. Just pre-ordered Iceborne PC. So excited. I got the hiccups. Rafael Castro. Admiral equals best lawyer. I don't know about that. Admiral doesn't seem like the lawyer type. He's out busy being a Chad. By the way, what's the volume on my computer? Ooh, it's up too loud. I better turn it down. Gameconomist, any good longsword build? Yeah, Master's Touch. Master's Touch with Shara Ishvalda, or there's a few archetypes that just do really well over and over again. There's the Gold Raytheon, which we don't have access to yet. The Nergigante longsword, the Zora Magdaros longsword, I heard is good for speed running. So you have a few options, but I've heard that the Gold Raytheon longsword is the best. All right, we were going to look a little bit into building a wide range build. We might actually have what we need. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. All right. So we do have 13 friendship decorations. What about our friendship charm? Oh, our friendship charm is to level 4. I'm sure the last level can't be obtained without... So let me think about it. Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's see. We have Handicraft 5. I kind of don't want to drop Handicraft 5 because that's giving me the purple sharpness on the Shara Ishvalda longsword. So you would probably have a good wide range build using the Nergigante longsword because it doesn't really have to have, you know, any handicraft in the build, and you're giving up what would have been the agitator charm for the wide range charm. That's my initial thought on that. Oh man, we still only have crit boost 1. Let's see if we have any more crit boost. We can find out right here. No more crit boost there. Let's try over here. So we should be doing more damage if we only had crit boost. Yeah, that's too bad. So we need more crit boost. We definitely need more decorations because one level of crit boost is just not enough. Let's see if anyone's posted anything interesting real fast. Okay, they're going after Garuga. Post your best purple investigations, everyone. Here I have an Ebony Odegarin. We'll do that one next. Just pre-ordered Iceborne. Nice. I'll be on there too. Is Elder Seal any good? Yeah, I don't know if Elder Seal is any good in Iceborne. Elder Seal is supposed to like... It usually like stops a monster from being able to use all of their moveset. And this can be useful for like stopping a monster from using some kind of ultimate move or supernova, but you know, you're not going to apply it all the time to the monster, so the monster does typically inevitably use it. Yeah, I always have felt like it's not really something I notice too strongly. It's not like a game changer for me necessarily. Raul says, where you post the session for your live streams? I want to join on the next PlayStation 4 one. Sure. So, Raul, if you look in the description of the live stream, you will see that there's a link to this thing called Discord. Discord's like this. It's a service where you can talk to people using like text, right, over the internet. And I post the session ID on Discord in a channel called Session ID Chat. And I always do that, and it's always sitting there. The other thing you can do is rewind to the beginning of the stream, because the session ID is always in the beginning of the stream. But if you'd like to join, you can also see it here. You can request that I show it. So there it is, and you would screenshot that. You'd be like, oh, look at this, Wavy's name is a smiley face. Oh yeah, so there's the session ID there as well. I used to put it in the description of the stream, but we've been streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time, and the whole setup is very different now than what I was doing before. The software is different. The order that I do everything is just, all of it's very different. Which is better, critical eye or weakness exploit? Well, if I had to use one or the other, it depends on how much crit eye you already have. The early levels of crit eye are not as good as the later levels of crit eye. That's actually true for weakness exploit too. So if you're talking about the last level of weakness exploit, you better take that last level of weakness exploit because it's really valuable. With the crit eye, if you've got crit eye 6 and you have your option of building your first level of weakness exploit or your last level of crit eye 7, I would just do crit eye 7 in that case. That last level is going to be better than the first level of weakness exploit because, well, in my opinion, it's better just because it's a static affinity in this case and not really relying on, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's up for debate. It's up for debate, I'd say. It's up for debate. In general, weakness exploit continues to be like the strongest skill in the game. You pair it with crit boost or with crit element. All right, so we have this. Can we get him underneath this? So we have to capture him once again. It'd be nice if he had fallen under that. How about this over here? It's like that crunch wrap. Come on, look at me, man. You don't even want to fight me. Look at my character. My character's just cold. Alright, he's looking at me. Dude. That's what we should have been doing right there. Who cares about hitting him a few times? We get a free knockdown here. That's nice, right? Who doesn't want a free knockdown? That was wrong with me. Realistically, you want both. That's true. Realistically, when you're trying to build affinity, you take both crit eye and weakness exploit. But he's asking which one is better, so he might be referring to a situation where you do have to choose one over the other, because maybe you have a limited decorations or limited slots left, and generally you'll go for weakness exploit first. But let's say the monster has really terrible hit zone values, you might actually consider the later levels of crit eye over weakness exploit, but that's not going to be very... Most of the time you're just going to go weakness exploit. Moral of the story. Nope, that didn't help. Darn. Yes, we got it. So, using the Slinger Burst is actually a nice way to delay your Spirit Roundhouse. Or, what is it called? The Round Slash or something. Yeah, you can... that's something new that I'm getting better at now. Love it if you stood still. One of the things I've learned with the longsword is once you reach the spirit gauge level 3, you're not necessarily in a rush to get rid of it, right? You know, you've got the whole helm splitter situation, but what you can actually do is just kind of continue to play with your spirit blade, and you can even use the EI spirit slash now if you really want to tempt your skill. But you're not necessarily in a rush to get to the helm splitter until you're about to lose your level of that gauge, you know? Raoul Pandy, thanks for that, Gameconomist. I'm in the session now. Nice. We should play on the next our next run. Should have you in here. Let's drop this guy. Boop. That's too bad. Oh, come on, man. Just let me grab him. Oh, my God. I thought he was going to leave. Says he's, the radar's showing him up as white. Let's have this max potion. We'll take this away. It assumes I marry the handler. How dare? What? How dare you? Ebony Odegarin terrifies me with that dark color and red eyes. He's a little bit terrifying. He's a little bit terrifying. Yeah, I've gotten so much better at the longsword over time. It's a nice feeling because it's already such a good weapon that you could take it and be, you know, bad at it essentially. You could take it and be bad at it but still get pretty good results. I don't think I've ever captured these before. Should I just capture them? Let's just capture them. Yeah, you can have bad results and still do fairly well just because the weapon itself is already pretty strong. And if you take time to really get much better at it, it really starts to feel like a terrific weapon. Third World Gaming says, Gameconomist sounds tired. I'm actually not tired. I'm very wide awake. So my sleep schedule is like flipped. This is more like the afternoon for me right now, this time, 1 a.m. in the morning. There is something else, though. I try not to wake up my neighbors. I really have a loud, booming voice, and sometimes I underestimate how loud I get with it. So, yeah, I'm trying not to wake anyone up. I can't believe that reached me. We're about to lose the second level of the spirit gauge, so this might be a time to consider Helm Splitter, but now I'd say we don't have enough left for Helm Splitter. Helm Breaker. It's called Helm Breaker. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and have this max potion. EI Slash is my favorite since you can spam that if you got the timing down. So very cool move. Is arguably one of the best things that was added to the game. Yeah, every weapon got its own cool, you know, improvement, but I think that the EI Slash just really fits the weapon so well. Alright, so we're definitely going to get the next level going. Don't knock me over. Crunch Wrap. Crunch Wrap Supreme! Ouch. I want to get bled soon. Don't forget, guys, this is another capture quest. I'm going to get killed. God dang, dude. Just hitting me a lot. God, man. He is just landing move after move after move. Drink a hot drink. Hot drink? What's that? I don't even know what a hot drink is. We're just filling up on our health right now. No rush. The problem is we're about to lose... Oh. No, this was a mistake. We're gonna lose 2 levels of it now. Yeah. See, now we're back at level 1 spirit gauge. Shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Oh, that sucks. EI Slash is Rurouni Kenshin's Hiten Mitsurugi style. What? You're just saying a bunch of nonsense. It's Mitsurugi style, or whatever. Look at my character. We're fully out of stamina. He is the Gameconomist. He don't need a hot drink. Do we have any... We might have a steak on us. So there's a Stare Jerky. Well done steak. Problem solved. Alright. We got some stamina again. Dang, dude. So that move, it only lands after... He jumps into you, but it's actually when he leaps away that it has an active hitbox. So it, like, tempts you to... It tempts you to try and dodge it too early. I feel like I understand that move better from him. God dang it, dude. Don't you hate it when you miss that spirit roundhouse slash? Oh! Whoa, is he knocked over? I did not think he was knocked over. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could land that. Sorry, I'm invested in the game, so I haven't seen your comments in a little while. Alright, let's go ahead and have a heal. A little worried for my life here. Is it capturable yet? Are we doing no damage? What's the deal? Can't even see where he's at. He's like constantly jumping behind me, you know? I don't think he... Oh, I see. You're just telling us the trap's available. Oh, he's exhausted. Let's go for damage. Oh, and he's out. Where's he going? He's not limping yet. I'll tell you that. He is not limping. You making more weapon popularity video? Yes. So we are in No Blast Nut November, and it is time for me to make a fresh video talking about the weapon popularity in Iceborne. Time to take a new look at it and ask ourselves why people are choosing the weapons the way they're choosing the weapons. Will you do the bow after longsword? Yes. Although I'm actually just realizing now this character is so new, my PlayStation character, I'm realizing I don't have Mighty Bow probably, I don't have the spread shots decorations probably, so I'm questioning if maybe I should be doing the longsword and maybe some other cheaper weapons, you know what I mean? And I can do bow on the Xbox. I was just thinking about that. The longsword, of course, is a good choice. The longsword is a very cheap weapon, it doesn't really require much. When's this guy gonna die, man? Are we doing any damage to him? This fight's taking forever. Oh, couldn't do anything. I was going into the special sheath. Drink a hot drink. Your stamina is killing me. Thank you, Markinator. I did actually drink that hot drink. We found a hot drink plant. So we are okay with a little bit of stamina left. You'd be surprised, you don't need a lot of stamina for weapons that don't use stamina. You just need enough to roll a few times. He's exhausted. He's drooling. Oh god. That was such a big waste right there. Jesus. So don't forget, we're supposed to capture him, everyone, but I don't know. I fainted? How's this fight taking so long? We're like past the 10-minute mark. He's just a tempered Otogaron. We must be doing like 0 damage. What in the world? He's not like some super tough monster. Of course, I just died to him. Let's go ahead and update that snack fund. You guys remember the last stream where we actually timed out versus Uragon? What do they have, like 1,000,000 health? Markinator, 1387. Makes me think of the Terminator. Did you guys know that new Terminator movie is basically flopping? It's doing terribly, the new Terminator movie. I didn't go see it. I don't know who went and saw it. It just, from beginning, the moment I heard about it, I was like cringing. I was like, no. No, I do not want to see million-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger in a gender switch movie. That's just, it's the same movie. You're just like taking the same brand and going, will they still pay for this? It's like, It's puking a little bit. I heard that they spent something like, was it like $400 million making the movie? and its opening weekend earned it like 30 million, basically nothing. I heard that. And those numbers are probably off. It was probably like 390 million or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was. I read the article this morning. I was wondering how it would do, honestly, because they keep trying to make these movies where they gender swap people. Nice, good job, good job. They keep making movies where they try to, rather than creating like new experiences, well, maybe the word is like, they're making movies where they don't really invent a new storyline with new people, new main characters. They just take already existing franchises. It's kind of lazy, actually, right? So they just take these already existing franchises and they're like, but what if they were all women? And the Sonic Hedgehog trailer was worse, though, lol. What? All right, let's go ahead and grab all these. When they said, "Do you accept your beloved wife?" did you look at the handler and actually say yes? What? Let's see, what do I got? We got the evasion, potential, stone thrower, blast coat, grinder, fire resistance. That's kind of cool. I think we want hard fire resistance, though. They did make Terminator Salvation, but people didn't like that either. Okay, so I think what he's saying is there were Terminator movies in the past that might have flopped. Yeah, weird. After the Terminator, no more I'll be backs. Nobody will be back after this movie. The trailer looked like an SJW's dream. Right, I watched the trailer as well, and it was just the Terminator franchise, but everyone's a woman now. It's so unoriginal. I think that's one of my most annoying arguments for it. It's like, it's so unoriginal. Like, please, just make another franchise. All the main actors can be women. There's no problem with that, but they have to actually be interesting. And the franchise, you can't just take something from the past and be like, now everyone's got a different gender. It's just so cheap, man. It's like the most boring form of content creation. What are we doing? I'm gonna go ahead and join this. Like, all politics aside, it's just a very lazy way to make content. Oh, right, we're supposed to play with Raul. I'm sorry. Is a Raul in here? Let's see. Oh, I don't know what name he's going by. Rose. Raul, I don't know what you're going by. Hopefully you get in. Let me know what your name is. What your hunter name is what I mean by that. John says, nice to play with the Gameconomist. Thanks. No problem, man. I'm happy to play with you as well. Gameconomist will be whamming. What's your favorite movie so far in 2019? Ooh, I'm the wrong person to ask that question. I really don't enjoy movies that much. I've said this many times in my streams. I'm not big on stories. I wish I could say that my favorite movie in 2019 will be Star Wars in December, which obviously December's not here yet, but I already know that's going to be garbage. So, probably nothing. I don't think I've had any favorite movies. I thought maybe The Joker, I would enjoy that, because I saw the trailer for The Joker, and then I thought that was actually not that clever either. I thought The Joker was kind of lame. Yeah, it was all just kind of lame, actually. My favorite story in 2019 was Monster Hunter. What can I say? They were just all really boring. Just put breasts on Arnold Schwarzenegger and call it a day. It's funny, actually. The girl, and I didn't see this new Terminator movie. The girl, though, the girl Terminator, she's the same actress who was in like this lesbian episode of Black Mirror, and I actually really liked that episode of Black Mirror. I thought she did a great job acting. I thought that the story, the idea of the story, the episode was really interesting. I suppose I'll just talk about it. It's a story where the plot is basically you have two elderly women who they're going to pass away, and in the future you don't really pass away. Your subconscious is moved over into a big virtual, a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Not illusion, simulation, right? Your subconscious is moved into a simulation, and it's a woman who, she was a lesbian, but she didn't get to experience being a lesbian when she was younger, so now she's an adult in the simulation experiencing it. So it was this episode of Black Mirror, and she actually did a pretty good job acting, in my opinion, in that. So I actually enjoyed that. So I saw her she was chosen to be like the Terminator actress, I guess, in this new Terminator movie. But I was just like, who's watching this? Who's actually wanting to watch the Terminator, but with all women? I was like, it was all Terminator. It was already cool. It was already cool. Terminator 2, the lady in Terminator 2, she was already, kind of like a, like a, you, I don't know what the word would be for. Hold on, let me take a sip of this. I was getting thirsty there. She was already kind of like this tough, cool character, but yeah, I don't know. Why did they need to change the story for Terminator so much in the future and just, I don't know. It's just, they keep doing this stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. Red pill or blue pill? Which way do we go? The Matrix. Gameconomist, did you see the Sword and Shield final evolution leaks? Celba Bros were BTFO. So somebody actually tried to post the links in my Discord, and I didn't really look. I just deleted the picture. No, I don't know what the leaks will be, and I don't want to know. I don't actually want to know. I'm gonna grab this Glavinus footprint. Yeah, I was like, who's watching this? Somebody with not enough things to do with their time. Need more to do with your time. And why do the studios keep thinking like what we want is for them to take old beloved franchises and basically just copy and paste? It's just bad. FMD is Raul. Nice. Hold on, let's see. Ah, here you are. Okay. You gotta remind me of that because I'll forget it in the next stream if you come back to the next stream, okay? There's so many names for me to remember. So we'll have a run with FMD right after this. How's that sound, Raul? Definitely have a run. Please let me get this. Ah, oh, yes. Oh, it's sad that your only option after you successfully land the EI Spirit Slash. Oh, that still hit me. It's sad that your only option is to use the Helmbreaker, because it would be neat if you could chain it into a different move. But that's okay. I guess it would be too strong if you could chain it into a different move. Oh no, he's gonna kill me. Oh, I lived by a little bit. Lived by a little bit there. Nice heals. Sorry if I'm not answering all your comments too well. I'm like semi-focused on complaining about movies, semi-focused on the monster, and then then I read one or two comment and I probably give a terrible response to it. Oh, damn, dude. He just used that move 3 times in a row. I'm dead, man. Oh, you almost brought the tail on top of me there, Shu. I was KO'd. You would have gotten me. Alright, all we can do is dive evade apparently right now. It's a tough fight, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and put this on. We need to get our Spirit Blade up. They parasite the old ones, banking the nostalgia. Right. I feel like they did that with Star Wars. I feel like they've tried to do it with other movies as well. What did you have? The Ocean's 12 or something like that with all the ladies in it. I actually watched that with my wife. So I didn't watch this Terminator. I didn't watch the Ghostbuster movie. It just didn't sound exciting. But I actually did watch the Ocean's movie, and it was so bad. It was basically, they go to try and steal the thing, and then they do with almost no things going wrong at all. It just, everything goes right. It was like, there was nothing interesting about it. It was just really poorly written. It's like, good thing you guys spent millions on that. What other movies have been gender swapped? I feel like there's more. Were there more gender swapped movies and I can't think of it? I feel like it's the trend, right? To gender swap movies. Can't remember. You got the Mary Sue in Star Wars. Strong female lead. He's so mad. The most bizarre thing is when the rehashed stuff comes out and bombs because how bad they are, but instead of accepting that they made a bad movie, they say the fans are toxic. Right? They like, that would be like if I made a bad video on YouTube, it performed poorly, and instead of admitting that I need to make better content, I actually blamed you guys. Think about how bad that actually is. Blue Wind says, has anyone got a guard up sharp or mighty bow from Master Rank decorations? I've done so many. Yeah, I'm sure that you actually can unlock those from the Master Rank decorations. They're just very rare. They're just very rare. Yeah, I swear there's been more of the gender swap movies. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. I really think you probably could get away with gender swapping. It just has to be well done. He's got it. I was about to do that. It's got to be well done. And the other thing, the thing that I recommend even more is just take a freaking chance and make a new franchise. Make a new franchise. Hey Gameconomist, what did you think of the 15th Monster Hunter anniversary? Right, I get that question a lot. I think that they teased Fatalis for sure. Definitely Fatalis. And they did not confirm whether he would be in the game though, so I'm not going to assume that he will be. We'll just find out. Find out if he is. Nice. I didn't want to use Helmbreaker because I wasn't sure if it was just going to be interrupted. Oh no. That sucks. Wow. I was like perfectly lined up with that. Oh, he just healed. Let's get running. Who are you going to call? SJW Busters. Third one. Dude, I'm the same. Terminator, Predator, Alien, Star Wars, Rambo, Robocop. Loved it all. There was a lot of nostalgia around that stuff. I think there still is. I just think that they're so anxious to sell it as like this new progressive thing. And there wasn't any identity politics in those movies to begin with. It was just cool movies. And that works really well. People like cool movies, you know what I mean? There was no like, all right, here are our political propaganda goals in the movies. And you can talk about politics. It's just, why do you want to do, I don't know. You know how I feel about it now. If you told me this movie was going to flop, I'd be like, yeah. Oh, I know another one. Okay, so I was asking you guys, what other movies have been gender swapped? Well, not movies. There was a game, right? It was Battlefield 5, is that the right one? Where it's supposed to be about World War II, but the front of the cover is actually a woman with like a crippled arm or something like that. God, I hate Devil Joke. He's so freaking annoying. Oh, did they just go to the same location together? I'm not homophobic, but adding Godzilla in the LGBTQ parade was really dumb, given that he is a metaphor for Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and its victims. People seem to forget that. Was he really? Godzilla, are you sure about that? Dang. Blue Wind says, damn, bro's name is Crunchwrap, and now I'm dreaming about Taco Bell. Yep, his name's Crunchwrap. Getting that Crunchwrap Supreme. Crunchwrap Supreme. I don't know, man. I hear that the Death Stranding game is doing poorly. I don't know if that's accurate because I haven't played it. But if you guys were watching one of my earlier streams, I was talking about how I didn't really agree with video game developers bringing in Hollywood movie stars into video games, because my argument was that you're going to spend all this money paying for the actors when you, like millions of dollars obviously, for the actors when you could have spent millions of dollars working on the game mechanics. And what people really play games for are the game mechanics. God dang, dude. Look at these guys. Just go away, Devil Joe. It's so annoying. But yeah, I heard that Death Stranding was basically... People joke that it's like... Mailman Simulator 2019. Mailman Simulator. And I've heard all kinds of criticisms of it now, and it's kind of like... I'm not surprised. There's kind of, again, what I would just predict is like... You can't sell a game off the name of a game developer. You can't sell a game off the name of a Hollywood star. What you need to see is quality gameplay. That's what you need to see. And that was the only thing I wasn't seeing. I saw the 7-minute release trailer for Death Stranding. I was like, wow. Oh, and also it did this thing that really annoyed me. So I saw the trailer. First of all, I thought this is way too long for a trailer. Maybe this is the new trend for trailers, is they give you like half the episode of the game basically. So it was like 7 minutes long. And it looks really fancy. And to their credit, the music's actually top-notch music. I really liked the music for the Death Stranding trailer, the release trailer. But I was watching it, I'm like, okay, but where's the gameplay? This looks boring as hell. All I know is that it's got some popular actors in it, and I don't see any good gameplay at all. And the other issue, what was the other issue? Oh, right, this is kind of another topic all on its own. I noticed this trend in acting movies where being a good actor basically just means crying. This is something I've noticed. It's like they've figured it out. They're like, okay, if everyone cries, that means the movie is good. We got to get everyone crying, especially everyone, right? And so I noticed in the 7-minute trailer for Death Stranding, they also followed that trend, where they showed you what A-lister or B-list, I don't know, all these popular Hollywood movie stars, they're showing you which ones are in the movie. And every time they show you this character, it's the character crying. It's like, really? The scene you got to show us is the scene of them crying? It is annoying. It's like, Jesus Christ, acting is more than crying. Crying's like the cheapest form of acting, honestly. So now that I've told you it, now that you've heard me say it, you will see it yourself. Watch carefully. When they try to show off characters in the 7-minute trailer, you'll notice every single one of them is crying. And that's because in 2019, people who work on content for like television and for movies have figured out what sells is getting people to cry. That's good acting. It's really not. It's not good acting to just be somebody who cries. Smack this guy. Oh, nice. That's so emotional. I heard it was being described as a game as an experience, but I can say... Nice job. I can't say for sure that means because I'm on Xbox. What? Oh. One cry equals one like. I can't donate yen, sorry. Oh, no problem, man. That's interesting, you can't donate yen. Huh. But yeah, you know, they pay so much to get these Hollywood actors into the game. That's their game budget. You know, if you were to buy the game and find out it doesn't have a lot of good game mechanics in it, and I'll be like, I'll tell you why. It's because they spent all the whole budget just went to hiring some Hollywood actors. I think that could be fine, though. I was thinking a little more about it. You know, I don't think Death Stranding will do well, but I was thinking about it, and I was thinking... Probably in the future, you can have video games that are mostly just a movie. It's like an interactive movie and that's it. So, yeah, watching the trailer made me think that. But I think you have to be careful with your marketing then. You have to make sure that when people hear about your game, you clearly communicate to them that it's kind of like a telltale game, right? It's not really meant to be about the game mechanics as much as just you being involved in the story. I don't really think they did that with Death Stranding. It's just kind of like mysterious, and they're like, oh, Guillermo del Toro, ooh, Kojima, and oh, look at, you like these Hollywood actors, right? You'll love the game. It's like, what does that have to do with the game? So I don't think they communicated that very well, and I suspect when the game comes out, there will be people who are big fans of the developer, and people who, you know, they'll just generally give it a decent rating, but then there will probably also be people who correctly see that it's lacking a lot of interesting and deep and complicated game mechanics that are suited for hardcore gaming. All those very fine graphics and everything, that's for hardcore gaming, man. So let's see, manage investigations. Ooh, there's a good one. Oh, well, there's 2 monsters. Here's a Barriot. Oh, I don't get to fight Barriot enough. Oh, that's 2-player. Never mind. Alright, so I'm trying to have a match with FMD. Let's see. We'll go ahead and try posting a quest first. Investigations. Let's do the Pink Raytheon again. Well, do I really have nothing else? That's so sad. Let's see if FMD has one posted. But, it's a story game. Oh, FMD's in the middle of Scarred Garuga. Alright, so we'll just join whatever then. That's fine. Actually, there wasn't anything posted. Faint much these days or become the Cartconomist? Well, I think I've gotten better at the game over time. What do you guys think? I still die. Yeah, I still have herpy-derp moments, for sure. But I also think that I also have better matches in general. Actually, sometimes people will say, I notice in the chat room, they'll say Game Economist or Cart Economist returns. And when I see that, I go, oh, I suspect that they're used to me carting more and I must be carting fewer times. Death Stranding is getting mixed reviews. Some like it, some don't. It's not bad. It's just very different. Not everyone's cup of tea. They tried something new with it. It's a deep game. Yeah, I mean, when I hear about that, I also consider there's probably going to be people who are huge fans of the actors, and they're just going to give the game a pass no matter what because they like that actor. Then there's going to be people who are big fans of Kojima. They're going to give the game a pass because they like Kojima. If you remove both of those groups, what you have are neutral gamers. Neutral. They don't have an interest in who made the game or who the actor is. And if you had them strictly do the voting, I'm betting they're the ones giving the game a very bad score. That's my bet. That's my gamble. Telltale Walking Dead Season 1 was a good interactive game. It blew my mind. It really changed my perception of what a game could be. I was like, oh, so a game could be less about the game mechanics and more about the storytelling. They did it really well. And you know what else I'll say about Walking Dead? They didn't have to hire A-tier or whatever they're called, A-list actors to make that a terrific game, right? They didn't have to do that. They were, in fact, an indie developer studio, and they managed to do it. And that should tell you everything you need to know right there. Here's another great example. There was the game that came out a little while ago. What was it called? Senua's... Oh, let me look it up. I don't remember the name of it. Journey or something like that. Senua's Sacrifice. And that also included a new type of digital scanning where they were able to take an actress and have her act the story out in real time. And this was put into the game, and it made the game look really real, right? And this was really impressive. But you know what stood out to me about that Senua's Sacrifice more than anything else? They took this lady. She's not a real actress. She's just a... Who was she? She was like part of the studio. She was just some lady in the studio. And they're like, will you be an actress in this? And she ended up doing a really great job without costing them millions of dollars in contracts and agent fees and all this other crap. She's just somebody who worked at the studio. And I feel like this is what video game studios should be doing. They shouldn't be going out and paying, like, I don't know, these guys who probably don't even play that many games. I can't say that for all Hollywood movie stars. Some of them, I'm sure, play games. But I'm just saying, these guys who are part of this whole other universe, they're not really part of the gaming world. And then paying them millions of dollars when it could have gone to gameplay, when there's probably tons of actors out there, tons of them, who are waiting to be found for the first time. This is your opportunity to do that, you know? How's it going, Chorizo Assassin? He says sub-hype. Let's see how many viewers I have on Mixer. It might just be you, man. Let's see. Where's this Restream software? Oh, I have 3 people watching on Mixer. I'm actually surprised. Huh. 3 people. Very cool. DLive has 0 right now. Isn't that funny? DLive is not doing so well. For those of you who are on a different website like Twitch, I just would like to point out that even though the audience on your platform is looking really small, the reality is we have about 650 people viewing. It's actually over that. So there's about 650 people in the stream. You just can't see them because most of them are on YouTube. The Last of Us has some pretty good acting too, and the second one will come next year. That's right. You can have good actors out there. The talent is out there. But I feel like Hollywood does this big mistake where they think that what we need to do is take a name everyone knows and go with that name. We need to take a brand everyone knows, a franchise everyone knows, and that way we can make all our money back because everyone will pay money for the brand. But I feel like it's kind of like when you go shopping at the mall and you're like, I don't need to buy any of these name brand jeans. There's the same high quality jeans at the local, I don't know, like thrift store even, right? People are figuring that out. It's not just for, you know, it's not just for stores, it's for actual movies too. People know now that you can go see, you can go play a game like Senua's Sacrifice and have really good acting from somebody who probably didn't take any acting courses ever in their life. We're figuring that out. That's what YouTube revealed to us too. I didn't go to, you think I went to school to edit videos? I didn't know anything about editing videos, but here I am. I'm a successful YouTuber, and it was just because YouTube created an opportunity for me to actually show that I was able to sit down and figure out editing. Well, video game companies should be doing that as well. not just relying on brand name and name recognition and being able to dole out $1 million contracts with Hollywood stars. They should really be going for unknown actors. And you know, the best part is, if you take an unknown actor and your game actually does succeed, and it probably will have a better chance of succeeding just because you had more money left over to actually work on the game. So let's say the game succeeds and this actor becomes a popular video game character. I mean, think about that sort of... Think about what you've done. You've created an original character. And that actor is going to be loyal, probably very loyal to your particular company, because, you know, the actors in Death Stranding, if Death Stranding doesn't work out, they don't care. They've got other things they can do. They're like, I'm an A-list Hollywood actor. This is just another thing on my checklist. But you know, if you take somebody who's not known for acting in video games and give them a chance to kind of be famous, that's going to be their thing, you know? That's going to be their thing that they're known for. And they're going to be, you know, probably very loyal to your company and known for that, being that one character. Let's go ahead and eat this max potion. So I want to thank Raul. He says, the live stream is slow. I'm waiting for the next one for you to get free. I will post a quest. Thank you very much, man. And I need to update the snack fund as soon as I can. I appreciate all the donations. Okay. Red Dead 2 is the best stuff I've ever played, but it's also overrated as hell. Ooh, oh, I can't believe that still hit me. What future games are you looking forward to? I actually do have some future games I'm looking forward to. We're going to be playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. I have not played a Pokemon game for like 8 years, so I don't know what to expect, and I'm hoping it's a good experience. But having watched gameplay footage for it, it looked like a game that should have been developed about 4 years ago. So it's looking like an out-of-date game already. So, oh my god, dude, I'm KO'd for sure. Look at that heal coming in. It already looks like an out-of-date game, so that's my first concern. My second concern is the reason I stopped playing Pokemon in the past is it felt like it appealed to too casual of an audience. Dude, I can't do anything to this guy. This guy's nothing but attacks all day. Alright, here we go. The other game I'm looking forward to, as you guys probably know, is Elden Ring. I'm a very, very large fan of FromSoft. I think FromSoft is one of the only video game companies making respectable games. One of the only ones. You know, games that actually impress me and go, wow, somebody still strives to make art. And the fact that they got the writer for Game of Thrones too is like, it almost seems too good. Like, what? How do you fail then? You've got all of the beautiful artists who worked on Dark Souls with you, and then you've got the one thing you were missing, which was a story writer. That was the one thing Dark Souls was missing. Okay, so let's go ahead and update that snack fund. Oops. Oops. Hitting all the wrong buttons. Thank you so much, Raul. What are we talking about? I love talking about stuff, guys. Cyberpunk, FF7 Remake, The Last of Us 2. What? Closer to Diablo 2, but I'm not mad. As long as that guy didn't also work on S8 of... Oh, Season 8. I hear that he didn't. I hear that he actually wanted Game of Thrones to be extended into 13 seasons. 13, not 8. And it was actually the producers, or the producers, Bernioff and whatever their names are, that caused the season to be so crappy, because they had accepted a deal from like Kathleen Kennedy to do Star Wars, and they were just trying to get out of Game of Thrones in order to do... Oh, darn, that sucks that didn't work. We correctly got the iframe on the Foresight Slash, but you see that his second move actually interrupted me. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Come on, man. Yep, I'm dead. I was trying to sheath my weapon in order to eat. Wow. Fulgur Anjanath kicking my ass over here. But yeah, so Bernioff, or whatever you say their names, I hear it was actually their fault that the season sucked so much, and part of the reason was because they were no longer going off of the writings of, what's his name? Hold on. They were no longer going off of George R.R. Martin's writings anymore. They were actually going off of what he told them to kind of do, right? But they didn't have the writings to copy anymore, and that's when the show started to suck. That's what I heard. And if that's true, which I would not be surprised if it was true, if that's true, that's very good news for George R. R. Martin going into Dark Souls, or I'm sorry, Elden Ring. Oh, here we are. Economist returns. I never really left. How's it going, West Gamer? I heard they left Star Wars for some Netflix show. Yeah, isn't that wild? So it used to be that if you get to work on a Star Wars movie, you know, that was supposed to be like mind-blowing part of like movie making history. Like, wow, you worked on Star Wars. And here you have, I don't remember their names. I apologize. Here you have the developers or the producers of, see, I'm so bad at this terminology because I'm not that much into movies. But you have these guys turning down the opportunity to work on Star Wars, and I think it's because Kathleen Kennedy has essentially turned Star Wars into a... Dude, I'm dead. Yeah, that's KO. It's over. Oh, no, I'm dead. Yep. Oh, I just caused us to lose. Wow, man. He's fucking strong. He got 2 moves on me, and I was dead. That was it. Because the first move gave me Thunder Blight, and the second move, like, immediately KO'd me. Oh my god. God, he's annoying. Calima Frogger's like, show me the build afterwards. Oh my god. West Gamer says, I hate this monster. Fulgur 2, Dorkconomist 0. Dude, that's awful. I don't like Fulgur Anjanath. Cybera says, I like Fulgur. He's like annoying. The style of his attacks, I don't really enjoy it too much. Watch your potty mouth. You're right. I shouldn't be cursing. You had kids? I'm divorcing you and taking the kids. Hey, partner. I really wish they didn't make monsters like Fluger and Bonbaro invaders. Yeah. Dude. Alright. I'll repost it, and let's try to get FMD in. Hey, the good news is FMD can join now. Also, it kind of shows you that blights do play a role, right? So if I was just a better player, he never would have hit me in the first place. But the thing is, he was charged up. Fulgur Anjanath was charged up. And so every time he hit me, he was applying Thunder Blight. And it turns out Thunder Blight's really dangerous, right? Also, you'll notice my Thunder is only level 9. And what we could have done is we could have gone over here and eaten for Elemental Resist Large, which is exactly what we're about to do. So this Elemental Resist Large will bring me up over 20. Check this out. Now, people always kind of make fun of me for talking about defense in this game. Check this out. So our Thunder Resistance is now 24. What that means is we can't be Thunder Blighted. And guess what? Both times we died to Fulgur Anjanath, how did we die? We were KO'd by the Thunder Blight. Excuse me. So we were KO'd by Thunder Blight each time, and all we had to do was eat 1 meal to make it so that we couldn't be Thunder Blighted, and that would have changed everything. So it just kind of shows you, like, you could play without the correct Thunder Blight resistance, but it's just so much easier if you just pick it up. If you just bring your Thunder Blight, or if you bring your Thunder Resistance over 20, everything just gets way easier. Like, as soon as I returned, he just hits me with the Thunder Blight right away, and then he gets me with 1 move, and it's all over if he gets that 1 move off. Because it's not a matter of having enough health to survive the 1 move. It's the fact that he's going to chain it with the second move while you're KO'd. That's the larger problem. Fat Cat reveal, what? Could you give advice on the best way to farm level 4 decorations? Play the Purple Investigations, the one I'm doing right now. And you want to be sure to fight the tougher monsters, Elder Dragons and Tier 2 monsters. If it works like the old game, the Tier 1 monsters won't give as good of decoration rewards. Alright, let's go ahead and head out. We got Raul with us, so we can't lose this time. Oh my gosh, I just killed a Celtas and only got actual Celtas parts from the carves, nothing from the rewards. What? I'm glad Elden Ring has George R. R. Martin, but I hope it doesn't take time away from Winds of Winter. I don't know what that is. Is that like a Game of Thrones spin-off? Capcom will probably announce December's monster near the release of Resident Evil collab. Anyone got any speculations? Yeah, so what he's talking about, what Capcom generally does is they will give out a trailer every certain amount of time, and it's going to be about that time for a new trailer when the Resident Evil collab drops. Resident Evil collab's like a week away, right? So it's very likely we're going to get a new trailer for something, and everyone's speculating what that's going to be. Nope, that was pointless. Coalescence is good for blights, using blights as a source of power. I would probably only do that for something like Frost Blight, though, to be honest. Frost Blight, Water Blight, maybe. I wouldn't do it with Thunder Blight. Thunder Blight's too dangerous. Maybe even Fire Blight's okay, but Thunder Blight's real dangerous. And I don't want to kill these guys, but they're just kind of running into my weapon. I'll try to roll it. I would love if Monster Hunter World would add the monster that gives weapons that sharpen when you roll. That's Seregios. Yeah, I hear a lot about Seregios. Boop. Wow, that didn't work at all. Mr. X, best worst handler. What? Gameconomist, can you play next one as Heavy Bowgun? I don't have Aqua Core for the Friendship Charm. Well, this is my PlayStation account, and my PlayStation character is very poor, actually. I don't have any Heavy Bowguns. I mean, I have some base game Heavy Bowguns. Nice. Yeah, I don't have any Heavy Bowguns, so I actually could not, because I would have to build one at least. Or I have to sneeze. Jesus. Imagine having to sneeze in 2019. I can't believe we haven't solved this. It's Trump's fault. Could you... Oh, I already read that one. I think I already answered that one, Brian. Could you give any advice on the best way to farm level 4 decorations? Ooh! Tell you what, being underneath them works. Give me some Valstrax and I can die happy. You can have Valstrax and stay alive too. How about that? He's exhausted. Boop. He's knocked over. We gotta get over there. Oh, somebody using Blast Nut. Failing no Blast Nut November. Oh, dang it. Don't kill me. I got like one hit left. Alright, we'll take this off. He's ready to be thrown into a wall, actually. Let me grab his head. Alright. I saw that. Gyros walking by, and I'm like, you know what? That's the perfect moment. I wanted to dodge that. Does Brace level 1 prevent teammate knockbacks? Yes, this helps a great deal. It doesn't prevent everything. So some moves, some teammate moves will actually cause tripping. And level 1 Brace will not protect you against tripping, but it will prevent flinches, and a lot of attacks just cause flinching and only flinching. Oops, I just got roared off by a different monster. The frick? Oh, it looks like my software for... Oh, this needs to be reset. I'm supposed to be... I have this piece of software that lets me see the comments coming from all of the live stream platforms, and I'm realizing it's broken. Realizing it's not updating. Chat is waiting for new messages, huh? Ooh! I think it's broke. Oh, there it goes. Let's go ahead and have this Mega Potion real fast. Jeez, it's got such a long tail, man. Boop. Ah, I was lucky there. That would have been cool, huh? City Glavinus. Sorry, I'm focusing on the fight a little bit. God dang it, dude. Look at us. We're all getting wrecked by this guy right now, it feels like. Man. See you later, 205. He says it's past my bedtime. On a Saturday? Who's got a bedtime on a Saturday? You're crazy talking. Stay up all night on a Saturday. There's our triple flinch from the bomb pods. Ah, darn it. He looks like he's ready to be captured. Oh, that is Ebony Odegaard. Nice job. Toy Barrage agreed? What? What just happened here? It's captured. Nice job. Boop. In Monster Hunter, one Fatalis was in a castle setting. Lao Shan Lung was the siege monster I played on PlayStation 2 online. I know what you're talking about. I played that. Yeah, that was in GU. I played him once. It was kind of boring, to tell you the truth, from what I remember. He was pretty boring. Brian says, I'm back, Daddy G. I'm back. We want Fulgur Anjanath now. Let's go ahead and jump over here. So, we should talk about something fun. What else should we talk about? We talked about Terminator flopping at the box office. Gender swapping doesn't really work too well, it seems. Reusing franchises, not really doing original ideas. We talked a little bit about this occurring in video games too, right? Was that it? I can't remember. There was like a video game I mentioned. And then we talked a little bit about Death Stranding, whether that's going to flop, and how I don't really like the idea of putting Hollywood stars in video games so much. Somebody will probably do it right, make it work. We need another fun topic. I like these fun topics because they help pass the time. That was really bad. I wasn't sure what he was about to use, to tell you the truth. Dude. Alright, go ahead and put on this Temporal Mantle. God, this guy sucks so much. Fulgur Anjanath. How's it going, Real Shrimpo? He says you're like my favorite streamer. Keep it up. Well, you're like my favorite fan. What do you think of that? You're like my favorite. Whoa, I got roared. Do favorite hentai. You're gonna get me demonetized. Demonetized. Oh, you're in the vine trap, huh? Boop. Let's talk about the birds and the bees. Sex sells, right? I'm gonna stab you. Give me that nice drumstick leg. There you go, baby. There's your birds and bees. Oh, I can't believe that didn't hit him. Please. Oh my god. He's so annoying. Watch, now he's gonna jump back up. Unbelievable. And now my Temporal Mantle's broken. I hate it when monsters do that. They can't decide where they want to be because they're trading aggro between you and your teammate, and you'll have like one teammate on the ledge, like Raven over there, and so he jumps up and down again and again because the team can't decide what side of the ledge they want to play on. Watch, watch, watch. How annoying is that? Dude. He has a cultured wife. You mean waifu? My wife is cultured. She watched Naruto. I don't know what that means in weeb speak. Dang, dude. You can't foresight slash that move because it has two attacks to it that just actually punish you. Alright, let's cut this. Let's cut this guy up. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Nice. No! I didn't actually hit him with the last swing. I see men of culture are here. What? Top 10 hentai betrayals. Alright. Bible what? I hate when you're playing with randoms and they decide to fight in a really tight space. That's not so bad. I kind of like tight spaces. Wink. A new game or DLC, Monster Hunter Universe, adding the OKD old monsters into world would be great. Out with the old, in with the new. All these boomers. Okay, boomer. You want all your old monsters? Friggin' Monster Energy drink, probably. Drinking that friggin' Monster Energy drink. Oh, and of course we get knocked over. This guy's really actually quite annoying. I like tight spaces. Boop. Stab you in the foot. Can we trip him? Tried to foresight slash that, it didn't work. Oh. Why isn't there more anime from Africa? Do they have Monster Hunter over there at least? Shake my head. What? That is an interesting question. Anime came from Japan, and it became like I guess like a major thing. But it's like other countries don't really do that. I guess America has like The Simpsons, and we have Family Guy. What do we have in terms of like cartoons in America, right? The American cartoon looks very, I don't know, like cartoony-ish. Anime is just like its own thing, right? It's like its own art style. Yeah, it's interesting to think about for sure. Oh, he's ready to be captured, isn't he? Nice. But we're not here to capture. We're here to kill. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you'd like to trap him. Raven has fainted. No, I'm gonna heal. Frick this. Frick this. Get your booty over here. Woo! We have Dog Cat. Adult American cartoons. South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy, BoJack Horseman. That's true. Yeah, we actually do all right, I think, with... I think America actually does okay with some cartoons, right? I mean, South Park's pretty good. I like BoJack Horseman, too. I actually enjoy that show. I think it gets uppity sometimes, but it's not that bad. We have Tom and Jerry and SpongeBob. SpongeBob, that's another cool one. Right. I feel like with anime is more like uniform, you know? But I mean, you see some really big variety between something such as BoJack Horseman, SpongeBob, and South Park. They have really large variety to them. They're very different from each other, other than the fact that they're animated. Stone Thrower, Gobbler Expert, Hard Meowster, exactly what I wanted, and Iron Wall. Iron Wall's okay. Iron Wall's just okay, though. Anime is not uniform at all. Uh-oh, I'm about to get educated on animus. Rick and Morty, Archer, the Venture Bros are pretty good. Oh, there you go. You get with all cringeworthy I am smart aside, I think that Rick and Morty is actually pretty enjoyable. Regular show, yep. Adventure Time. Yeah, I guess American media actually has quite a lot of cartoons. Look, you're all naming all these cartoons. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Remember they tried to make that into a movie? Whew. FMD says hard meowster. Yep, that sucks. So, post your best decoration quest. By the way, thanks for playing, Raul. I'm glad we got a match in together. Maybe we should have another one. How are we doing on the stream so far, by the way? I don't think we're very far in. Oh, actually, we're an hour and 27 minutes in. Weird. Time flies, man. Time flies when you're having fun. We are getting better and better and better at this longsword. It's great. It's a good skill. Let's see if we can join. Pink Raytheon, 4 rewards. I'll join that. Oh, sweet. And it is FMD again. So we're going to get another run with Raul. Oliver says animation's amazing, but right now I'm waiting for Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Season 2. That's that Netflix series, right? Regular Show was pretty funny. I liked Regular Show. I think Regular Show had its ups and downs. I think sometimes it had some pretty boring episodes, but overall I really did enjoy it. I can't wait to see the Mandalorian and Obi-Wan series. Oh, I can wait. It's sad. I'm actually so bitter about what happened with the main series for Star Wars that I don't even want to know the others. I don't even care if they're good. I just don't even want to touch them. Isn't that sad? Is that I guess that's a bit of a grudge, right? And I learned from that too, because it tells me if I can feel this way about the Star Wars franchise, then people can feel that way about me as a content creator. And what I'm saying is people can dislike me for something maybe even unrelated to the content, maybe my political points, my political views. People can dislike those so much that they're like, I'm never watching this guy's videos again. So I feel like I've learned from that feeling. Let's go ahead and head out. There's probably a few people that aren't watching my stuff anymore. You guys know we get a little political sometimes. A lot of political sometimes. There needs to be a recast for Obi-Wan. Gotta make him Obi-Juan for diversity points. No, come on, man. They're not going to do that. Yeah. The Mandalorian and the Obi-Wan shows, it's like, normally I would be very excited for those, but right now I just hate Disney so deeply right now. I dislike Disney so much. I can't get excited for them. All I can think is, I'm just not going to watch it because I don't care. I don't want to be as... Maybe if... you know what I would like to see is I would love to see Disney give up the Star Wars franchise and just be like, you know what? We're going to let you go back to being your own thing. And then you know what? Then I'll go back and watch Star Wars again. But now all I can think of when I see Star Wars is, oh, look, there's the thing that Disney made. And it's just not right, man. I think when Disney purchased Star Wars, I was a little bit concerned about that. I was like, but you know what? It's Disney. Let's give them a shot. And then it was just hot garbage. And a lot of the Disney movies and a lot of the Disney things that have come out lately have been hot garbage. And all I can think is like, God, I hate Disney. God, I hate them. I hope they just, stop. Just stop it. Let's jump on down here. Yeah, I can't take them anymore. Disney. They're like the opposite of what I want. I agree and disagree with you on some points politically, but I don't let that stop me from enjoying the content. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. Oddly enough, my opinions have changed several times over, my lifetime. Just happens, just happens. Just depends on what information you're presented with. I think some things really do stick with me over time, though. One of the main things that have stuck with me over time is I've just kind of figured out everyone kind of wants your money. That's the main thing I've figured out. Everyone always does want your money. They do want your money. Always. They will happily take it. You know, like a businessman is actually very nice to you. Businessmen, they smile. They want to be your best friend. They want to tell you how awesome everything is. They want you in a good mood. And it's like, but they're quietly fricking you, dude. Nobody has a bigger smile on their face when they're fricking you than a businessman. He's like, here, drop your pants. This is going to be horrible for you. And I'm going to smile the whole time because that's how I sell you stuff. And so, yeah, just over the years, I've gotten really weary about that kind of stuff. People who are too nice. I don't like people who are too nice because they're probably lying about something. Kill you with niceness. Yeah, don't trust them. I still remember I was buying a car, a Ford, just a cheap Ford right out of college, and we were buying this car, and I remember this point in the sale where the salesman was trying to sell me something. He was trying to sell me an extended warranty for the car, and I'm looking at the cost of the extended warranty, and I'm like, that's actually a lot of money that you're asking for. And that's what I was thinking, right? I didn't say that out loud, but then I was like, why do we need an extended warranty? If the car breaks, you just take it to the mechanic, right? You just take it to the mechanic. And I kept asking him, I was like, do we have to buy this? Because he presented it to us as if we had to buy it. And he wouldn't answer the question. He was just really nice. He wouldn't answer the question. He was really nice. He's like, well, I always recommend everyone buys this, right? He's like, you should always buy this based on how much you're able to give. I'm like, yeah, but what if I don't want to give you anything, right? And he's not going to answer that question because it turns out, I found this out, like, so I watch financial shows on YouTube sometimes, and I found out recently one of the main ways that car dealers make their money is by selling the extended warranty. Oh no, what have I done? I wasn't supposed to do that. They sell the extended warranty when you don't need it. So I found that out recently, and I was like, that was why he was pressuring me so hard to buy. And of course I didn't buy it. I told him, no, I'm not going to do it. The funny thing is, after I told him I wasn't going to buy the extended warranty, he very clearly got very sour. Like he was no longer interested in us, me and my wife. At the time we were still dating. And he was clearly no longer interested in us after I made it clear we weren't going to buy the extended warranty. Because something in me told me, I was just looking at it thinking, you know, they have costs associated with repairing a vehicle. Why would they sell this to me unless they were definitely winning in this cost, right? That's what I was thinking at the time. I was like, because I just come out of school from a bunch of people who are in school for like actuary jobs. They're trying to become actuarians. And I was like, this seems like a trap. This seems like a really bad deal. If my car breaks, I will just fix it, and that will be the cheapest way to fix it, rather than paying this huge monthly fee for the extended warranty. And it's just experiences like that that just kind of taught me, is like, the people who freak you the hardest are the people trying the hardest to be nice to you. It's the people who are smiling at you that want to take the most money from you. And then you get the people that don't like you too, and they'll be happy to take a few dollars from you too. So everyone wants your money. Everyone. People who like you, people who don't like you. It's just fundamentally about money. Alright, we gotta stop. We'll wake them up by accident. We got barrels? No, we do not. Be right back, Kart-sama. Yes, Gameconomist, old rich predatory businessman deceives you for money. Where have I heard that anecdote before? What? Alright, let's go for the tail. Oh, what am I did it again. I did it too early. Alright, let's try. Guess we'll just build this back up. Don't leave. Oh, good. Speaking of actuaries, Gameconomist, they have to take 10 different exams to get the actuary title. I know, right? Well, and that's because, I'll tell you why. It's because they actually have to prove that they are good at the math. It's not one of those, I went to this university and cheated my way through a class. See, that's not good enough. The insurance companies don't want you if you can just cheat your way through a class. They want to see that you're actually good. Isn't that interesting? You pay all this money to go through school, and then there's still like all these tests to take before you can become an actual actuary. Yeah, it's really, that's another thing to me. I noticed that kind of stuff, like, wow, So really all you just need is to know the tests. You don't need all these extra classes. And if you know the tests, you have the skills that the insurance companies actually want. But yeah, so it's funny, like I said, I watch all these finance shows, and I discover later that one of the number one ways that car companies make money off of you is by selling the warranty to you. Because they have, essentially, they have an actuary come in, and they do a prediction, they do a mathematical prediction on how much money to charge for the extended warranty so that it's cheap enough that you'll buy it, but expensive enough that they earn money off of it. And it's just them doing a service you always had access to. You could have always paid for your car to be repaired. At a mechanic, right? It's no different. It's boring talk, probably. Let's talk about life insurance, everyone. You know how I need to sell merchandise? What if I sold like life insurance? Wouldn't that be the dumbest thing ever? Oh my god, I knew that was gonna happen. Car salesman slaps the roof of the car, that's right. But yeah, you know, when it comes to politics and all that stuff, my opinions change, but one thing that's starting to become really consistent is realizing everyone wants your money. And that you gotta be defensive about it. You gotta make sure that you find out what they want, and you tell them, no, you can't have my money. You gotta tell them that, because they'll just keep coming for it. Hey, I have this cause I need you to pay for. I have this thing I need you to pay for. It's like, why don't you pay for it? Oh, we're gonna put ourselves to sleep. Back away from that. Monster Hunter Insurance Agency. Stop moving! Dang, they got double poisoned. Oh, snap, I got smacked. Oh, that's wind pressure. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me! Double heals. Double health booster. In God we trust. Everyone else pays cash. That's right. Religions always want your money. Everyone always wants your money. I wish I could just like go around telling people that all day. Everyone always wants your money, and the people who are best at taking it from you are the people who are nicest to you, essentially. Churches are really nice to you. Churches are so nice, and they're so good at taking people's money. They're so good at it. They're like, God loves you. I love you. We're going to be best friends. The community's here for you. Also, you're required to give God 10% of your income, because God just doesn't have enough money. God's going to need 10% of your money. He's the all-powerful creator of the universe, but also he needs your money. Specifically, he needs you to give it to me. Right? That's what I've discovered over time. It's like, I don't think it's God. I think it's you. I think you want my money. This isn't a capture quest? Nice. Ooh, good knockdown, man. Somebody's always... At least when people are honest about it, you know, when people are honest about wanting your money, that helps a lot. Like, you know, there's no confusion when you go to, like, Taco Bell. Taco Bell's like, yep, we're feeding you garbage and you're paying for it. See? Taco Bell and I can go be friends now. Simple as that. Carve this tail up real fast. Ooh, we got another Surf Spike. Nice. I don't like being lied to, though. That's a real offending thing for me. I like people who are honest. Oh, darn it. Jadrick says, I love you. God loves you. And I love my new Bentley. That's exactly right. God loves you. Also, I need this private jet. Thank you. And people pay for it. Isn't that wild? People actually pay for that. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I should go be a religious leader. I'd probably make more money if I was good at it. Oh, I could be good at it. I grew up in a religious family. I know all about that crap. I can talk all day. Does a health booster stack? Yes, it does. God's got to eat too. Churches be like, money is the root of all evil. Also, put some money in the hat as it comes around. You know what's funny with churches? It feels like there's so much pressure to put money in that basket too, right? Because you're surrounded by all these well-dressed people, and they're all doing the will of God. you know, and it's like, oh, you're either doing the will of God or you're a freaking loser. And then the basket comes around, it's full of money from all the generous people, right? You see everyone giving money. And then just imagine, like, here you are, and you're like, actually, I'm poor and I'm thrifty and I'm not putting any money in this basket. Everyone's going to look at you like you're a loser. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to look at you like you're a loser. If the church had a rule where you could only donate money in private, they would make less money. Simple. They would make less money. So, yeah, that's what I learned over time. Most of life is just people trying to get your stuff somehow. A businessman. He wants, at least, I like the businessman the most, I think, out of all of them. You got family, government, businessman, and holy man. Those are all the people who want your money. It's virtually everyone. And your girlfriend, right? A girlfriend would be your family, though. Everyone wants a piece of the pie. And the religious people, they're just, you know, they have their beliefs, and their beliefs conveniently say, give us that cash. The politicians, they have like their military and organizational desires, and maybe they're corrupt. Your family members, they're often, if they need your money, it's often because they're bad at money, which sucks. But then at least the businessmen, usually with certain businessmen, they know they have a good product, and they're just like, here's the product. So I think the businessmen, when they're trying to take your money, they probably upset me the least. Arson says Taco Bell is gross. As Mexicano, I'm insulted. Oh, by the way, I want your money. Taco Bell is gross, man. You and I are not in disagreement on that. Taco Bell is nasty. But also, sometimes I'm so lazy that I'd rather have Taco Bell make me a nasty taco than have to cook my own taco. So that's just how it is. That's how free market works. I have $1, he's got a taco, and we're both willing to give up our thing to each other. God is in your heart, not your wallet. That's the government's job. Right. But somehow God never has enough money. He just needs some more of your money. Please put the money in the basket. You know what I mean? Solid Doc says, used to live in a small country town. Do you mean a small county town? People were so much nicer to one another back there. Yeah, I can definitely see how that is, Solid Doc, because when you're in a crowded urban city, everyone matters a little bit less. Everyone is kind of like seen as causing the traffic. Everyone's kind of seen as causing the line at the grocery store. There's not enough to go around. There's not enough jobs for everyone necessarily. So it's not always the case that living in an urban kind of like city is healthy for you. Getting out into the forest and like going fishing or something like that is, I would say, is actually really healthy for you. Just getting closer to nature. Isn't that that's why they have, like, in New York City, they have these big parks, right, that they developed, and that's because they discovered without the park, you're actually suffering. You're having more mental health problems without having the park and without having nature. Charities sell guilt by emotionally blackmailing you to boot. Yeah, guilt is a really powerful tool for getting what you want. Guilt is a very powerful tool. You ever heard of like white privilege and stuff like that, or whatever what do they call that? The something hierarchy. I can't remember the term. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the reversed hierarchy, where the person who has the least privilege is at the top, and the person with the most privilege is at the bottom of the hierarchy. I can't remember the name that they would use for that because I haven't talked about it in a little while. And it's a lot of it's about guilt. A lot of it's just about making you feeling guilty for who you are. And it's a very powerful tool for controlling people. It really is. Imagine feeling guilty for being who you are. It's like the whole point is that it's all chance, and you play with what you have, you should never feel guilty for who you are. It's ridiculous. Anyone trying to make you feel guilty for who you are is not really being your friend. That's my opinion. And if you come from a position of wealth, you haven't reached a point where it's like you can look out and realize the world's unfair, then yeah, you do still need to do some growing. But the way we kind of like create these whole social movements around guilting people, I think it's actually more about getting money from the people that you're mad at. All this guilt, man. There's tons of guilt. Everyone's so bad feeling. It's almost masturbatory. It's so weird. I feel like there's probably types of people who they actually, perhaps they get addicted to feeling guilty. That's one of the things I've considered. I'm not that kind of person. I don't easily get guilted. I'm very skilled at guilting people. So I'm like on the other side of the equation. But I think there's people who do get guilted very easily, and I think they get addicted to feeling that way. Ah, darn, I didn't time that right. I think they get addicted to feeling bad, and then because then they get to apologize to you, and they're like addicted to apologizing, because if you forgive them, that feels really good, right? So they're just like, yeah, I'll show them, I'll be a good person now, and they're gonna love me because I did things the way they asked me to. And it's like, you don't really understand how this works, though. The end game for the guilter is just that they take everything from you and they own you. That's the end game for the guilter, right? So I don't hear those. Let me put it this way. I do hear the strategies for making someone feel guilty. I hear it very clearly, and I recognize like there's situations that are now. Oh, what? Did I just get knocked out of the air by these little dudes? I did just get knocked out of the air by them. You know, I see problems in society. I see, darn it, you know, maybe systemic oppression, stuff like that. I see it, but I don't believe in the solutions where it's like everyone has to feel bad, and I don't actually think that's a good solution to it. Mostly, I don't even think it causes political change necessarily. I think it causes political resentment. The way we've gone about it, well, in America, I don't know about other countries. I don't understand guilting people for their success. Oh, I do. I understand it. The reason you guilt somebody for your success is because it's a threat for you when you see other people successful, right? So like if you're part of a family and you're doing well and you have parents who have done really bad, and you're from like maybe you're like from a small town where everyone kind of sucks and nobody really moves up the corporate ladder and becomes a millionaire, and then you try to go back and relate with them, they're going to be like, you're not part of our group anymore. Our group was based around being losers, basically. That was what our group was based around. That's what got you into the group. And now that you're successful, we have to reject you because you're a threat to our identity. And it's like, well, what do you guys want to do? Just stay poor your whole lives? And you're supposed to want to become a millionaire because then you can pay for your retirement, you can pay for your health needs, you can have more children, you can live in a nicer house in a nicer area. Right? So there's all kinds of guilt associated with being successful by people who are just mad at you for that. All kinds of guilt. And that's one of the things, you know, like, so you guys are listening to this stream, and many of you are probably young and not at a point in your life where you're a millionaire. But number one, all of you should go out and be millionaires. Absolutely, you should go out and be millionaires. Everyone. You should go out, get a decent paying job, and even if you don't get a decent paying job, just always put some money away into like a mutual fund. That's a stock you can buy. Just go out and put some money away into it every single month for your whole life, and you'll eventually be a millionaire if you just do that, right? You will eventually be a millionaire if you save your whole life. You spend less than you earn. It's always been uncomplicated. It's like kind of like eating, right? Everyone's fat. It's very easy to be fat, but if you want to be skinny, just stop eating so much. It's really actually uncomplicated. And so it's funny, everyone should go out and be millionaires, but it's like we're so obsessed with hating wealthy people that it's like that's going to be your identity. Your identity is going to be hating the wealthy. And it's like, what about you? Don't you want to be wealthy? Don't you want to one day be a multi-millionaire? How are you supposed to be able to enjoy that if you spent your whole childhood and teenage years and even young adult years hating people who are old and successful? It's going to be hard to do that. You're actually hurting your ability to become wealthy. Is what you're doing. You're hurting your ability because you're setting yourself psychologically up for being kind of on the losing side of the equation. You don't want to be on this losing side of the equation. You want to be on the winning side. Yeah, I never understood all that. I think a lot of it's actually just anxiety. Anxiety and maybe being coddled by mom and dad a little too much. Right? Like, so if you're not sure about your own success, you might be like, oh, well, it's easier for me to hate people who are successful than for me to go out and take some very heavy risks and try to be successful myself. It's actually much, much easier for me to just say something negative and mean. So I think that's probably part of it. We're all very comfortable, is what I'm trying to say, comfortable. None of us are really struggling to survive. I think we like to almost narcissistically believe that we are trying to survive, but most of us are pretty well secured. We're in a first world country. There's all kinds of shelters. There's all kinds of ways to get help and food and government assistance. None of us are actually trying to survive, so you spend a lot of time just sitting around, and you're either accomplishing something or living in mediocrity. Living in mediocrity and stagnation and saying, the wealthy people, I hate them. And never really believing that you could go be wealthy. It could take a while. It could take you like 30 years to be wealthy. But when you talk about the wealthy people in America, who do you think is wealthy? It's mostly old people. It's mostly people who did nothing but sit around and buy stock all day for their whole life. And that would be the elderly, you know what I mean? And you just hate them. Grr. How's it going, Singard? He says, Mixer stream when? We actually are live on Mixer. Yeah, I'm live on Mixer right now. Markinator says, I'm a poor college kid. Well, if you vote to raise taxes on wealthy people right now, when you get out of college, you're actually nerfing your ability to get wealthy from your degree. You're actually making it harder. The whole reason you went to college was so that as you got older, you would have a chance to become a millionaire. Oh, gosh dang it. Please hit. Darn it. Yeah, the whole point you went to college was for your own chance to become a millionaire, and you're actually actively making it harder for you to accomplish this. That's the saddest part of the whole... Oh no, he's going to be thrown into a wall. Let's get over there. What age diversity do we have in the stream? Well, it's 2 a.m. in the morning for me, so you're either early morning in the UK or you're very late night in America right now. And mostly that's going to be adults, I would say. Oops. Lord Killerwrath says, I met a lot of black people that used my ancestors were slaves, so you should really feel bad for me, but I'm over here like it was past. Well, I mean, I think that, the stuff that happened in the past really was legitimately very bad. Jim Crow laws were not that long ago. I understand all those arguments. But the question is, what do you want to do about it now? And I think you have to kind of make a decision to take control of your life, and to mainly do this by making a few key decisions in life. Few key decisions. So one of those key decisions is not to have children until you can afford them and you're married. Very important decision. And the truth is, I think that the single motherhood rate in the black community is like 75%. Somebody correct me if that's a wrong statistic, but I believe that was from not too long ago, just like a few years ago, 75% single mother parenthood, right? 75%. And so that's one of the critical things that you have control over. There's some things that, society controls, but there's things you also have control over. And that's one of the best things you can do. Don't have children until you're married. Make sure you're in a decent relationship, that means. And make sure that you can afford the children, right? Make sure you have a stable job. And that's common sense, really. I mean, why would anyone need to tell you this? But then, why would you go find out that there's a 75% single parenthood in the black community? That's really bad. That means a lot of kids grow up without their dads. And I find that having a good father figure is really obviously, for obvious reasons, that's very important for your development. To have especially if you're a boy. I don't know about the girls, but especially if you're a boy, you look up to your dad, So it's tough if you didn't grow up, and you can grow up without a dad and be successful. But I'm just saying it's going to be better if you do it in a more structured and planned way. Like, we know what works. It's not like some big mystery, right? I'm not saying your mom can't do a good job. I'm just saying it would be better for you to have both parents, and everyone kind of knows this. It's not like a mystery. And especially the boys, I think, suffer from lacking dads. I'm 48 years young. I play Monster Hunter. I'm conservative. I'm up early because if I don't play early, my kids take over. But yeah, so it's a question of, what does society have control over on you right now? What kind of opportunities are there presented to you right now? And then what do you have control over too? You have to think in those terms. And like I said, if you have to make a few really key decisions in life. Stay in high school, finish your high school diploma, get married to someone who's decent person. Don't break up with them if it's difficult. Work it through, and then don't have children until you can afford them. And you just do those things, and you're just going to be significantly better off in life. That's not systemic oppression that's causing all of those issues. It's just kind of bad decision making. Why would you drop out of high school? It's such a bad idea to do that. Why would you have unprotected sex? That's such a bad idea to do that. Why would you have children at such a young age? It's terrible idea to do that. And then just being able to figure out how to be in a good relationship, And maybe it's one of those kind of like downward spirals if you think about it. So if your parents didn't do well, maybe you're kind of in this bad situation where you're just going to emulate them, and then your relationships are also going to be bad. So I've thought about that as well. My parents were not, well, actually, they were kind of bad parents, and there were a lot of things that they did that they really shouldn't have done. But also I acknowledged that they're bad parents, and what I did was I went out and I read about better behaviors, basically, like what should I be doing, because I realized I shouldn't be emulating them necessarily. Also, when I do make mistakes in my relationship, the funny thing is I was like, oh my God, this is what my parents would do. I'm very aware of it. It's like, this is what my parents did wrong. And you just have to have that kind of self-awareness. But yeah, it's, I'd like to see everyone be wealthy. I would. And there's all this guilt around being wealthy. People want you to feel terrible for being successful in life. It should be the other way around. We should all be rooting for each other to be successful in life, really. Should be rooting for each other to be successful in life. I think it's very easy to feel jealous these days, We're all so easily connected through Facebook. You get to see everyone else's wealth and think, wow, they have that and I don't. But I don't know how healthy that is. Dark Angel says survivorship bias. I don't know what that means. Solid Doc says so many friends got married young without getting to know their partners properly. Yeah, isn't that weird? I feel like people are inherently bad at relationships, and here we are in 2019, and we are still surprisingly bad at relationships. Isn't that crazy? We've had all this time to get better at relationships. We're just not. We're not better at them. They're still awful. I've heard stories that people today are worse in relationships, actually. It's like, ooh, that's not good. It's 2019. We should be better at it. We should have learned from the past and improved. It's one of those things, right? One of those things you're supposed to have improved, but it went the other way around, maybe? That's not good, right? That's not progress anyways. Progress would be healthier, happier relationships that stay forever, and you're able to raise kids together in a stable household and not be a burden to society, right? That would be progress. But I don't know. I don't know why people break up. I guess to go have sex with somebody else, or maybe you're just a terrible person. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've had breakups, so it's like I get it though. Especially right after I left home, I was really bad at relationships. I needed some time to grow up, but I didn't have any children, and that's, I think, also very important. You don't have children until you're in a good relationship. ACW says, why should I have to work for thrifty, I think he means 30 years, to save money when I can just get someone to take your money? Come on, man. Get with the get with the times, man. Duh. Let's see. Investigation. No, it's full. Look at all those longswords in there. Both of these are full. We'll wait a moment. Actually, we'll see if we got any new investigations. Noise Boy says, I met my wife when I was 15, lol 32 and married. That's even funnier is she popped the question, not me. Good times. What? Hello. When I was 15, lol 32 and married. What? I don't know if I completely understood your story there. Might be a few parts to it I didn't catch. So let's see. We've got to hunt a Bondboro. Oh, that's 2-player though. Ooh, these are hard to come by. Grab that one real fast. Teenagers just love to have sex. That's normal. I actually agree. It is normal. Yeah, it is normal to want to have sex. You know, but you got to be smart about having children. And we're in, oh man, there's one life. Ooh. It's 2019. It is easier to practice family planning today than it has ever been, ever. And I think that people just got to make sure that they're smart about it. You know what I mean? Third World Gaming says, that's the problem. Not everyone is pragmatic in their thought process. Self-awareness is the biggest key, but not everyone finds it. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those questions, you know. So, by the way, guys, somebody should eat for feline safeguard if possible. It looks like I've already eaten. Oh, you're saying now you're 32. Married with 5 kids. She asked me to marry her. It's pretty cute. I married my high school sweetheart. Puberty is agonizing to me. I don't even want to bring up what happens to me. Puberty? Puberty was awesome for me. What are you talking about? Puberty is awesome for boys. Somebody say something interesting. Where are all the lurkers? You're all watching, but you're not talking. FMD says, I got the guts charm. I got my edges back. I got my edges back. People make decisions on the present based on emotions and never and never the future on logical reasoning. That's right. I think it's short-sightedness. I agree. I think that people have a lot of short-sightedness, and it's very important that you don't have short-sightedness. You can just tell people that, but you know, it's funny. It's almost like, does it even matter telling them that? Will that help them? Maybe it will. I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport. Sorry, Economist. What? Why are you apologizing? Spy and Fear says, tempered Radobon only in the grinding lands. Jalen says, I'm in puberty right now, 14. It's awesome. Mr. Brizzled says, reading Reddit and listening. Lurky turkey. He's a lurky turkey. Speaking of turkey, it's Thanksgiving month, right? Can't talk. Too triggered. All right, here we go. You guys ready to watch me fail this quest for us? Oh my god, that was a 2-part move. What the frick? Puberty for boys is horrible since men are the cause of all evil, and God forbid if you're a white man. So many feminist professors in schools these days. Ugh. So feminism is not even like race. You know, you mentioned like white boy or whatever, but I mean like, well, I don't know. Intersectional. There we go. The intersectional hierarchy. I remember the term now. Intersectionality. But you know, I was going to say it's not really related to whether you're black or white. I think that it's just founded in some really, I don't know. Feminism is interesting because I feel like there was a time where it made sense and I agreed with it. But I feel like today, I think that it's just this really awful thing that wants to say men and women are essentially the same. And I think that in some cases it ends up being really bad for women. You know what I mean? Because it asks women to be men. And it's like, no, men are men. Men are crazy, which is why they're men. And you want your men to be men. They're good at it. Men are not good at being pregnant. Women are very good at being pregnant. And men are good at being crazy and going to work every day. That's what men are good at. You know what I mean? Like, we fundamentally don't get pregnant, so what else do we have to do? Well, go out and earn resources. That's the thing. That's, like, all we have. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have probably heard my position on all that. I am not a fan. To say the least, I'm not. The genders are the same, and there are 59 of them or so at the same time requiring their own pronoun. What? What are you talking about? How do you know we're not good at being pregnant? We've never tried. Oh, man, this guy hit me with the good questions right now. Dang, man. I didn't even think of that. I think I just got woken up. There has been a war on boys going on so much that Christina Hoff Sommers wrote a book called The War on Boys in 1999. I don't know what it is, man. I can't figure out what the source of it is these days. Like, what causes it? Is it just actual bullying from women? Is it just women wanting to bully men? Is it men being kind of like soft these days? Is it like a new sexual strategy by men? Like, oh man, you've got to be a feminist so you can have good sex, right? Right? Oh, women, you know, they want to be more sexualized, more And that's, well, I mean, it's so funny because feminism actually includes so much. There are feminists who are like conservative. They don't really agree with the whole, you need to be putting out your sex tape and photo shoots with Playboy, right? They don't actually believe in that because they believe that you're basically being objectified by the men that you don't like. And then there's more like liberal feminists who are like, yeah, of course I should have naked pictures all over the internet. That's me being free, right? So it's actually, it's so funny because even in their own organization, they have a lot of turmoil over what they actually believe. They have a lot of turmoil. So you'll have feminists who really disagree with the whole transgender movement, and then you have feminists who are like, well, if you disagree with it, then you're not a feminist, right? So it's like a lot of disagreement in their own group. Every group is probably like that a little bit, though, you know what I mean? Jin Rashu says, biological men competing in female sports is insanity. I can't believe how common it has become. Yeah, I know that guy Joe Rogan actually talks a lot about that issue. Arnold Schwarzenegger did a good job at being pregnant. I know what you're referencing, yes. Oof, we're just going to let the antimetic statements fly. What? Antimetic? I don't know what an antimetic is. You with your fancy words. That's the problem. There are hundreds of variations on every opinion, and recently we all get clumped into a group. Well, it's funny because I feel like if I was a woman today in 2019, even if I shared the same beliefs as the feminist movement, I wouldn't want to be called a feminist because it's like a dirty word almost. There's so much bitterness and resentment wrapped up in that word today. God dang it, man, I can't hit him. Yeah, I wouldn't actually want to be called a feminist, even if I basically agreed with the tenets of feminism. Oh, God. I'll just do this mining outcrop. You guys got it. Humble Gamer said he said anti-Semitic. Oh, anti-Semitic. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-Semitism going on as well. I agree with that. There is a lot of that. The women in women's sports, there was one woman killed in a kickboxing encounter. Really? I did not even hear about that. That's crazy. Is that real? Dude, that sucks if it's true. What knocked me back, by the way? I just got knocked back. That sucks. Oh, we didn't get to finish it. Darn it, dude. That would have been so good. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm all woman. The Gashalakas did it. So funny, I was busy reading the chat room, so I didn't know. Yes, we got to... Oh, well, we basically just got back to level 2. Where's Blackface gets reelected? Oh, he's referring to the Canadian Prime Minister. I was surprised to hear that, actually. Yeah, I was surprised to hear that he wasn't in more trouble for that. So he would have been, man, he would have been flayed for that in America. It would have been the end of everything for him. I think it mostly would have. I mean, if you're running for prime minister, that's a really serious position. You just would have lost at that point in America. It would have been over. I think the reason is assumed unfulfillment from some women. Men seem to be the stars in everything. Sports, career, big money, earnings, having indiscriminate sex. Oh, I see. It's the Gajalaka bombs. Jesus. Come on. So let's see. Unfulfillment from some women. Men seem to be the stars in everything. Sports, that's because men are stronger than women. Career, that's because men don't have to get pregnant, so they just spend their entire time working. Big money earners is the same as careers already. And having indiscriminate sex. Now that is true. Men do get to have more indiscriminate sex than women because men are crazy. And I feel that women are not as crazy as men. I think women kind of understand having indiscriminate sex is dangerous for them. They're the ones that get pregnant. Men do not get pregnant. So everything you just picked out, all of the unfulfillment, are just things that, in my opinion, women just kind of won't experience it that much. We're just fundamentally very different from each other. Men and women are just very fundamentally different. And it's not like you can't go play sports as a woman. It's not... My wife, she has a happy, successful career right now. But all of the conflict when it comes to like feminism, all of the I don't know, like toxic masculinity, right? We had Gillette, a giant corporation, telling us, oh man, if your boy's competitive, if he roughhouses and he's competitive and he goes after women, he's toxic, and we can do better, right? This sort of I don't know, don't know what else to call it other than like voluntary cucking or something like that. I don't know what else to call it. It was funny because the comment section, when that commercial came out, everyone was like, your girlfriend's boyfriend loves this commercial, right? So I was like, yeah, well, that's precisely right. This is ridiculous. And I don't know. I can understand the desire for a woman to want to have more fulfillment than simply being a home caretaker. That actually makes plenty of sense to me. And I think in 2019, we've accomplished this situation where now you really can be a woman and you really can go out and get a nice job and blah, 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 blah. But there's still like, I don't know, like beliefs about the wage gap are persistent. People still believe that. It's fake. It's a myth. There's still, you got like all the gender swapping in the movies. It's not even a big deal, I suppose. How about this? How about voting for a president of your country simply because of the genitals she has between her legs, right? So Hillary Clinton, she was running last time, and it's like, oh, we've got to elect a woman. And it's like, you really don't. You need to elect the best leader. And you can have your opinion about who the best leader is. Maybe you felt that Hillary was the best leader. But I just mean like voting for somebody because they have a vagina. Just think about that for a minute. You have California, where you're not allowed to have no women on your board of directors. You have to have at least one woman on your board of directors. It's like, what does that have to do with business? Like let the business decide that. If the business does poorly because they didn't hire diversity, then that's just, that's their fault. So there's all kinds of stuff going on where I feel like we're trying to do this thing where we're trying to have forced equity. We're trying to say, well, normally equality would be like this. You would give everyone a math test. Everyone would take the math test. Some people would do better than others, because that's the nature of taking a math test, if you've ever taken one. And then the winners at the math test would go become actuarians, because they're the best, and the companies want the best. That's just how it works. The market wants the best. It demands the best. And then we do this thing, and it is like, well, actually, we're going to go ahead and let these other people take the actuarian jobs because of their like identity, I suppose, like what they have between their legs. And to me, I was like, that just goes too far. Like, you can talk about it, you can feel upset about it, you can talk about how to improve it, but when you start passing laws that say, all right, now you're going to be forced to hire this person of a lower grade because of perhaps their gender, it's like, now you're interrupting with the free market, right? And right, obviously, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't like it at all. I feel like you've seen that a lot with BioWare, right? So BioWare is one of the most feminist video game companies there is out there. It's a very openly feminist video game company, right? And look at everything they've made lately. It's all been garbage. Everything they've made lately is really bad. They have not been doing well at all. And it's like, oh, I guess it just turns out that people want a high-quality game, and identity politics don't really have anything to do with that. Monster Hunter didn't need any identity politics at all. It's just fun, right? It's just a well-designed game. It doesn't really matter what the political propaganda in your video game was, right? It's just well-designed. And I feel like that's what we're missing out on. Same within our movies and our culture and all that other stuff. That's where, and that's fine. Video games like BioWare, they can flop. Hollywood movies like The Terminator, it can flop. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. You know what we really don't want to flop? Our politicians, right? So the leaders of our country really ought to be picked strictly on competence. You can have Terminator flop, you can have BioWare flop, you can have Ghostbusters flop, whatever. You cannot have your government flop. Because now you're talking about people's lives. Now you're talking about, will my country be a good place to live? Right? That's a big issue. So you just can't mess with it at that point. You have to actually be responding to what the market wants. Like, does the market say that this leader is doing a good job or a bad job? Oh, well, it was a diversity hire, right? And it's like, what are you talking about? In the real world, there's no such thing. It's either the best leader or not the best leader. And that's it. There's no, there's no like world order or whatever, like global, one world order where it's like, all right, no, we accept the diversity higher, even though your country's not doing as well economically as it could have been doing, right? There's no such thing. Your country's either doing well economically or it's not. And that's when you find out, oh, all the gender identity stuff, all the feminism stuff actually wasn't that important in the end. Most of it. Somebody who finds emojis great says, non-binary's dumb. Fight me. J. says, the colonialist undertones in Monster Hunter. Who was it that said that? I know exactly what you're referencing. I read the same article. It was so stupid. I don't remember who wrote that article. So he's making a reference to like a video game review by some, I don't know, progressivist person who was like angry because the characters in the story of Monster Hunter, they're happy to come in and like, I guess, what's the word? Colonize Astera and Celiana? Against monsters, no less. Against unintelligent, as far as we know, mostly unintelligent monsters. So it's just us versus the wild, and we're colonists coming in and destroying nature or something. It was so cringy. I cringed so hard when I read it because it's like, when you talk, this game's just a game that's mostly about fighting monsters, and the story's a mediocre story. Oh, it was Vice. Thank you, Jadrix. Yeah, it was Vice. Of course it was Vice. Freaking Vice, dude. Freaking Vice, man. Hi, Gameconomist. What's the hub ID? Here is the... Oop, no, never mind. I can't show you. Actually, how long have I been streaming? Let's ask that question real fast. 2 hours and 18 minutes. Oh, we can keep going a little bit. I mean, we're not at HR. We're not at Mastering 70. I mean, it's MR. Look at all these decorations, guys. That's a ton. Let's see what we get. Nope. 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 What? Well, that's actually not bad. Fire resistance. It's not bad, but the thing is, you probably won't use it because there are better giant decorations. It's just I don't have any better ones. The hunters are British? Yep. We're a progressive company, and if you disagree, we will stab you in your sleep. Yeah, a little bit. Be progressive or leave. That's how it sounds. That's how it feels at college. When I went at college, it felt very much like that. Pogjewel. Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't mind it in the market. You can go make products built around feminism in the market, but it scares me when it thinks that we could pick a world leader simply around the genitals that they have. Yeah, I have a vagina. That makes me more electable than my opponent. Ooh, that better not be the measuring stick, because that is a very bad idea. Very bad. Better be strictly around competence. And I'm not commenting on whether or not Hillary was a good candidate or not. That's up to you to decide if you liked her or not. But it's like, definitely don't just vote based on whether or not she had a hoo-ha. But you know how it is, though. That's exactly how people are voting, which is scary. That's scary. It's scary to know that. You would hope that the people vote on much more important issues. The vast majority. But that's not how it's not going down that way. Morton says, I'm new to Monster Hunter World, and I've been doing Arena to try and get my Supremacy Blade, but it does not show up in the smithy. I've not completed the story yet. What am I doing wrong? I do not even know what you're talking about. The Supremacy Blade? I've been doing Arena to try and get my Supremacy Blade. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's a heat guard decoration. WTF, apparently. I saw that. What was it called? It was like cool something. Lord Killerath says, I left for a while and feel like I missed on something good. That's right, Killerath. We just talked about the most important subjects that you've ever heard about. We talked about how badly we need feminism. I mean, I think the world's going crazy, and if we just had 100% more feminism, it would all be resolved. Problem solved. The blade in the Divine Slasher tree, says Joker. Oh, Divine Slasher. Yeah, what's funny? I earned mine a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly what the trick was. I think I just did a lot of Arena. I just did a lot of it. I've been sitting in this chair so long. It's just stretch out, you know? I'm going to die of a heart attack. What do you guys think? Should I open up some Pokemon cards after this? I'm thinking about opening up some Pokemon cards. My Supremacy Blade didn't show up in the smithy until I got a Rathalos coin. Well, there you go. That might be the answer that you're looking for. Let's jump up here. Please don't take the kids. I'm divorcing you, and I'm taking the kids. And then Daddy Government will pay for it. Daddy Government will take care of it all. No problem. Okay, we should already have a trap, right? It's a trap. Oh, this is what we're looking for right here, a supply box. I try to use the supply box trap because it's free. Because I'm thrifty. Bruno says, oh boy, raffle time. Ooh, look at that beautiful monster. Wait, can I say that, or is that harassment? Don't do it. Oh, that hurts. Lord Killerrath says, I'm down with the original feminism versus the new current version because apparently I'm a terrible man for being white and straight. Is that essentially it? Is that the difference between the old and the new one? What do they even believe now? I don't even know what modern feminism believes. All I know is that they're very strong. Nice. You know what? Let's go ahead and put on Temporal Mantle. Oh, snap. We're going to grab you by the head, please. There we go. Oh, no, no we're not, because you're going to dig on the ground. And now he's angry. Man spreading. Man spreading currently as I'm watching this. Oh no, man. I'm not sure they know what they believe or what their end game is. I'll tell you what their end game is. 40 years old with no children. 40 years old with no children. And then you die. You die at 60 or 70 and that's it. You have money. Because that's going to give you a fulfilling life. I tell people they should be millionaires, but let me also mention, if you don't have health and you don't have a family, it was all wasted. It was all worthless. I have my money. Your money's like loving. Your money holds you tenderly at night and tells you that it loves you. Nuh-uh, that's not how it works. Not at all. You're 70 years old and you are lonely. People don't seem to. I don't think people think that far ahead. I don't think they think that far ahead. But I guarantee you there's some women right now who have reached that age where they're much older and they have no children. Nobody wanted to have sex with them or something. Or they didn't want to have sex, or they only wanted to have protected sex, whatever the case is. They have no children because they're very feminist, and now they just get to die without children. So I know I wouldn't be happy with that. I don't know about, maybe they're like really happy. They're like, all I ever wanted was to not have children. Like, okay, crazies. That to me is crazy talk. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why are you even alive then? I don't think that they're good Christians. They're not like, well, I'm here to do God's work. So what is it you're here for? Hedonism? Implementing a religious or not a religious, a political movement, which is essentially a religious movement? What is your purpose for existing? You know what I mean? You got to have family somewhere in there, or there is no point. That's the bottom line. Oh, God, I hit the button. That money's acting kind of gay, not gonna lie. Am I being hit on by my money? Benjamin Franklin, I didn't know you felt that way. Oh, terrible timing on my roll. Did you see that? Wallace says, I don't have money or somebody who will hold me tenderly at night. Well, you're just out of luck, man. Bo says, that's me, 40 and no kids. I regret nothing, but I have no money either. Well, the reason I used the reason I used the age 40 is because by the time you hit 40, you've kind of run out of time to have children. You know what I mean? Well, not if you're a guy, but definitely if you're a girl. Guys have more time, right? So you can still have kids at like 50. But definitely if you're a lady, you're out of time. And what this means is when you're 70, you're still going to have no children. So if you're 40 and have no children as a man, it's still conceivable you can reach 70 and have like even just one kid. So you still have time as a dude, just because that's how biology treats women. Biology was not kind to women. But yeah, so for a feminist, to not have children at 40 is kind of a big deal because it's menopause time, right? You're real close. Nice, we dive evaded it. And once you reach that point, I suppose you could adopt. I guess you can adopt, but it's like, honestly, it's not the same. You can disagree with me. I don't think adoption is the same as having your own kids. Yeah, I came from a family of 11 kids. Mom and dad made all the children. It's very clear that the children are your children. They have your personality. They have your face. You know, all that stuff. It's very clear. Adopting children is probably very kind, and it's, you know, you may just enjoy children. You may enjoy helping them grow up and all that. But it's not the same as having your child, because it's like, this is very clearly my blood, you know, that I made. My flesh and blood and all that gross stuff, right? Just imagine being a 40-year-old woman with no children. Have fun with that. Maybe if you were like a nun. But that's about it. That's the only time I can think of that being awesome. Like maybe if you're a nun. Otherwise, I just can't think of why you'd want to do it. I can't think of the reason. Unless you're just very like shallow. I don't know. Like, could you be so shallow that all you want out of life is sex and money? Right? There's probably some women out there that's all they want, sex and money. They're probably psychopaths, and I probably would not base what I would recommend women should do around what psychopath women should do. You know what I mean? So what's good for psychopath women is not good for the vast majority. Same with men, by the way. Just because some psychopath man gets away with doing something doesn't mean that you're going to be happy doing it. It's just not a good model of a way to live your life. Alright, time to cut your legs. Oh, he staggered. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, that hurts. I took the children from Karen. Oh, what happened to the... Oh, I think he deleted this message. Hey, how's it going, Emma Clark? Thanks for joining the live stream. It is late. You are up late. Why do you think it's only either sex and money or children, though? What? I beat Karen until she was bleeding. It was awesome, but the kids were crying. What? That is very inappropriate. Better not have. Domestic abuse. Almost all... No, never mind. I won't get into that stuff yet. Just gotta start talking about home violence and all that. Whoa. Gotcha, Boomer. What? Hey, you can't call me that. Freaking boomers. Okay, I'm going for it. Oh, we're not gonna get it. Yeah, we're not gonna get it. That's too bad. Let's go ahead and put on our temporal mantle. I like how he was carving this and he like just exploded right next to us. Gotcha, Boomer. Oh my god. Come here, you. Karen took the kids. God. Someday I'll get so good at the EI Spirit Slash that I'll actually Spirit Slash him as he comes out of the ground. It'll be amazing. And then you guys will donate me more candy and soft drinks. Oh my god. Nope. That was a big fail. Too early on that one, huh? It's 2019. Nobody is sane. I don't think that's actually true. I think there's actually still lots of sane people. Lots of good old boring sane people. Combat carving fail. I hate carving in this game, especially when the monster's corpse disappears while you fight. I know, right? Like, you have pressure to go carve. As you can see, I didn't go to sleep. Oof. What are you thinking, Walla Manga? Sanity is definitely on the decline. Yeah, something weird's going on, man. It seems like we're all kind of aware of it. What do you suppose it is? What do you suppose it is? I think it's just a few things. I think people are leaving religion, and I think people are getting real philosophical because of the internet. So those two things are happening. And the problem with getting philosophical is you start asking questions like, why should I be a good person? That's a pretty tough question, right? So when you kind of leave religion and you're asking yourself, why should I be good? That's probably going to lead to a little bit of craziness, right? You're kind of like thinking, I don't think there's a reason to be a good person. I think I'd rather be a bad person. You don't feel any shame around it anymore. You're just like, that's just how it is now. It's 2019. Alright. We used these guys, the Optonauts. Oh, this is going to hurt. Yep. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh. First, we're going to go for this. Don't kill me. Oh, Nelly. One hit and I'm dead. Oh, Chris, no! Chris! We begin asking questions that should not be asked. This is one route of sanity decline. Yeah. Bro, I went to school and came back to this. Lol. Lol. Education being taught by radical feminists in school. Right. Time to get super educated. I feel like people will break out of it over time. I think they will. I think people will hear it and they will be like, is that just a different kind of propaganda? So like, people kind of broke out of religion. I think that's something that's definitely true for the youngest people. I think the younger you are, the more likely you are to have used the internet to understand there's a lot of good reasons to question religious establishment and religious traditions, especially like concerning money and stuff like that. For example, you listen to this stream and we talked about it. And one of the things religions have always been very, 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 very good at is kind of brainwashing you. And brainwashing is really uncomplicated, guys. So brainwashing is when somebody gets into your belief systems, right? You believe things about reality and they change it. Okay, so they change it to what they think you should believe. And I think with a lot of political ideas, what will happen is you'll see this thing going on with young people where they're going to be more aware of what's propaganda and what's not propaganda. They're going to be like, that sounds like propaganda. I don't actually believe that. And at that point, then it really just becomes an issue of, well, how easy is it to guilt you, right? I think that's actually a very large part of it as well. Like if you're easy to guilt, if you're somebody who's very easy to guilt, you are still going to follow these certain political ideas. But if you break out of that cycle of being guilted, you'll be able to be like, I don't think that's good for my country doing this particular thing. So how ruthless can you be, basically? How ruthless are you? I don't know. What do you guys think? You think people will be ruthless in the future? Germany, here it's 10 a.m. in 15 minutes. How's it going? How's it going, Germany? Humble Gamer says, all the 17-year-old Tumblr feminists teaching in colleges. Yeah, time's passed, hasn't it? Somebody who finds emojis great says, people are trying to blur the lines between good and bad. I think the lines have always kind of been blurred. Mira says, kids tend to rebel against their parents. Kids growing up with these feminist dogma will rebel too. Excuse me. TikTok, anyone? Elim says, who knows how long he is actually streaming already? Yes, so it's been over 2 hours, which means I can stop whenever I want, basically. Which longsword is Gameconomist using? This is the Shara Ishvala longsword. It's a really, really good longsword to build right after you finish the story. So if you've just finished the story and you're doing what I'm doing, where I'm grinding my master rank, using the Shara Ishvala longsword makes a lot of sense. Komar says, good morning from Germany. What's up? Grinding master rank? That's exactly what we're doing. We're grinding master rank, and we're talking about interesting subjects because, of course, we are, because grinding master rank can get really boring. It's the truth. You're grinding. If I wasn't talking to you guys, I guarantee you I'd probably be watching television while I grind. Wallamanga says, TikTok stream when? That's right. We're going to have our TikTok stream now. Thanos was good. Changed my mind. Thanos was good. Changed my mind. I mean, Thanos represents tyranny, doesn't he? Thanos decides half of the people should die because of something he believes. And I don't really feel like there's much to change your mind over. You can agree with them that the world was overpopulated, I suppose, but the movies didn't really present any good arguments that it actually was overpopulated. It just seemed like he wanted to believe it was, and then he, kill a bunch of people. So, yeah, killing 50% of the universe ain't wise, says somebody who finds emojis great. Yeah, see? So, if you're not convinced by that, well, then you're just probably trying to be edgy. I don't know what else to say. Mezmezi says, why didn't Thanos just double the resources? Yeah, there you go. Look at that, thinking outside the box. You just snap your fingers in reverse. Wear the glove on your other hand. Easy peasy. Darn, I did that too early. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm getting better at this longsword, I'm telling you. I don't even want to know how good I've gotten if I was playing off, if I was playing privately. Because when I'm playing privately, I can turn on some music, that helps me focus. And I can play without talking. You don't even want to know. I play like twice, or at least, I play like twice as good. With full concentration, no talking, no reading. I'm reading half the time that I'm playing. I'm reading or I'm talking about some subject. So we need some pods, I think, because nobody's throwing them into the wall. Okay. Grab this pod, and this is probably my last chance to throw them into the wall. Oh, and he didn't go. That's okay, we knocked him over. Oh, that paralysis didn't really come at the right time, did it? Oh, here we go. Is he going to get knocked into the wall anyways? Nice. Darn. What's your favorite Star Wars character? Probably Darth Maul. Dude, we're getting so much better at this. We are getting so much better at the longsword. Whoops. Whoops. Let's grab this guy and stab him. And we get thrown off. I'm more about a PewDiePie video. Thanos represents the question of the train where you choose to save more by killing a few. This is just a few in is half. What? I don't feel like the movie really presented that argument, though. Like I said, Thanos wanted to kill half of the people in the universe. But there was no real obvious sign that this was needed. And then, I guess after they stopped Thanos, it's not like the world fell apart afterwards, right? So it's like, guess he was wrong. Right, the movie doesn't support his argument in any way, and then the conclusion of the movie doesn't seem to support his argument either. He just seems to be an evil man who wants to kill half of the universe. Because, I don't know, he's dumb? What's your evidence that that needs to occur? Nobody even asks them. They're like, so what's your evidence that this actually needs to occur? Nobody even asks them. But, I mean, it's a superhero movie, so what do you want? The bad guy needs to have some bad motivation, or else it wouldn't be a superhero movie. Oh, snap. Yeah. Yeah, superhero movies, they're awful. Not a fan. They're just like, they're basically the story of the Bible all over again. That's all it is. Thanos is Satan, and Tony Stark's is Jesus, and he's gonna have to sacrifice himself to save everyone. Really easy. He's a hero. Whoop-de-doo. Dude, I'm so tired of those stories. I'm so tired of those stories. So tired of those stories. It's the same story. Always the same story. It's a very basic structure. There's nothing else. There's nothing else the story could be. So you're basically just paying like $40 for CGI action scenes. And it's like, well, if I wanted action, why don't I just play some Monster Hunter? Oh, darn, that would have been nice to land. Yeah. I'll probably upset somebody by saying that, but it's like, it's just the truth. I can't lie to you guys. I really don't like those movies at all. That's all the, you know, it's funny. There was a point where Hollywood was mostly not superhero movies. And it's so much that's all that Hollywood is today, but that's all part of the whole, like, man, I don't enjoy movies, right? It's all part of it. It's like, all you ever see now are superhero movies. I'll stab you. Very boring. Thanos' planet went to ruin because of overpopulation. He says it. Whee! Oh, I see. Well, I guess in that case he would need evidence that our planet, the one that he was snapping his fingers over, was also going to need half of the population killed, right? Because there's definite evidence that we can't sustain, you know, such a large population. Oh, snap. Are you going to do Behemoth or Behemoth Challenge? What? I mean, I fought Behemoth earlier on the PC for fun, but I don't really have any plans. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So, I have another stream for Capcom. I have another Hunter Helper stream. It's going to be later today. It's going to be, can't remember. I think it's 7:30 Central Time. So I'll be doing that later today. I'll be having another Hunter Helper stream. And I'll definitely post about it in the Discord when I'm going live. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Come on, man. Just land. I hate it when the monsters fly. The thing is, we'll be running into a similar problem. Humanity grows insanely fast, and the trash and emissions we produce are too big for nature to regenerate. Yeah, you know, the sad thing is, people have been predicting for a very long time that the human growth rate cannot be sustained. This has been predicted, like, for a really long time, and it's always wrong. Oh, now yours. It's always wrong. And then if you actually go do some research, if you go look it up, there's people that predict the human race will peak in, I can't remember, is it like 2045 or something like that? The human race is going to peak soon. I don't think it's 2045, but it's somewhere down the road, where you're going to have the most humans on the planet that we've ever had, and then it will decline. And the reason that it's going to decline is because every time your country experiences prosperity, which is what we have in the West and in China. China's prosperous in a lot of ways now that it wasn't in the past. Once your country experiences prosperity, there's this ironic thing that occurs where everyone stops having children. Everyone stops having children when they figure it out. They go, okay, so I can live a high quality life, but I have to have fewer children, and I have to do family planning. And so people actually predict that there's all of these doomsday beliefs that, oh man, we're going to overpopulate and destroy the earth. And there's like this whole other argument being made right now where it's like, pretty soon the problem will be, how do we get people to have children at all? That's going to be the problem in the future when, so like all of you've still got a lot of countries that are still going through developmental phases, right? Africa, probably large parts of South America, maybe parts of the Middle East, maybe parts of areas around Russia. They're still developing, right? And some of them have a long, long way to go, depending on what you're talking, where you're talking about. Mostly agricultural places. They don't really have any other jobs, right? They don't have like big fancy corporations and wealthy people. And these places are still having like 6 to 12 children, and you live to be like 45, and you bring home like $800 a year. And when that changes, when those countries experience prosperity and they actually have good jobs and the people there are living in the middle class or better, it turns out people just naturally stop having children at that point. They don't want kids at that point because they've kind of figured it out. They're like, having a ton of children is not actually a great way to live. You have very little freedom in life, and you spend your whole time supporting these kids, and you have no free time. And so yeah, there's actually a lot. There's predictions that humans will have a problem where our population's going to dwindle, and we're not going to be able to get people to have children. People will not have children, but we haven't reached that point yet, and everyone's still predicting that we're going to have a bigger problem with overpopulation. It's like, you see it already. People in Europe, they just don't have children. They just don't. People in America, they do have enough children for replacement, but actually it's the people coming from South America. They have tons of children. White Americans don't have children. That's why they're going to be a minority soon. Where else? It's just anywhere you have prosperity. Japan is so funny. Japan is the third largest economy in the world, but they're this tiny island, dude. They're tiny. So these guys are really efficient. The Japanese, they're really good with their economy. They're one of the fastest aging populations there is. They just don't have children. You talk about the Scandinavian countries, right? The Scandinavian countries offer a high quality of life. They have these really bad problems with getting people to have children. It's everywhere we have prosperity, people don't want to have children. And so it's just a matter of time for these other countries to kind of catch up, right? They're going to catch up, and they're going to have the same problem. They're not going to want to have children either. Everyone's so concerned about, oh, we need to stop having children. It's like, stop predicting so much. Stop predicting so much, because it's been a doomsday fear for a very long time that any day now humanity is going to fall apart from overpopulation. It never happens. It never happens. Bill and Ted for the win. He bought his stunt team Harleys. He's a decent guy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What? Get over here. Oh. I know he is a great guy, but treating him like a god is a bit much. Some people do that unironically. Again, I don't hate him, the complete opposite. Just don't understand why he gets treated that way. Who are you guys talking about? China's birth rate is already slowing in the big cities. Right. So right now, China has one of the best birth rates in the world. And pretty soon, they're actually going to be surpassed by Africa. So pretty soon, China won't have the best birth rate in the world. It will actually be Africa. Yeah, Africans are having like 12 kids or something, right? I came from a big family. You guys are talking about Keanu Reeves. Keanu Poopy. Such heresy. Everyone knows the true God is Aniki. What are you guys talking about? Keep moving. Swedish scientists suggested eating human corpses to combat climate change recently. Fresh meat. Grandma just passed away at the hospital. Grind her up, baby. Time for some souffle. Time for some meat pies. Sweeney Todd style. I mean, someone around the world, someone dies every few seconds, right? So it's not like it's impossible to do that. It's just, didn't they do studies and they found that cannibalism was unhealthy or something? I can't remember. Time to liquefy Grandma. Come on, Granny. You don't need all that flesh and bones. What are you doing with all that flesh and bones, Granny? You're dead. Time for some grandma flesh, right? Why are we eating all these cows when we have perfectly good human meat? Ouch. We have perfectly good human meat. We've been doing it wrong this whole time, guys. Funerals? Ha 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 ha. Funerals just waste space, man. Got all these cemeteries full of dead bodies. Dude, we should be liquefying Granny. Having a good Granny. Final meal for Granny. We'll be like, thank you, Granny, for this bountiful harvest. That's what we'll say. By eating Grandma, she lives with us forever. She lives inside of us. Oh, Grandma. What if I made that my dying wish? I said, you guys can have all this money in the inheritance, but in order to do that, you all must eat a piece of me. That's like some Jesus stuff right there. Like, this is my body, this is my blood, right? That's some Jesus stuff right there. I'd be like, you have to eat me. Satiated attack jewel. Guard physique. Sprinter release. None of those are that good. Bon appetit. Funeral equals buffet. The dogs would get the bones and crap on the fields to fertilize it. It's genius. May I see your build? Yeah, we could take a look at the build real fast. The build is missing crit boost. Let me warn you. Wonder what drinking blood would be like since it has that irony taste. Well, you just need to get your girlfriend on her girl time. That's it. And then you can find out real fast. So let's see. My build. Let's take a look. Just be like, hey, baby. Alright, here you go. So the build, we're basically, the key points here is that we have Kaiser Crown, Kaiser Vambraces, Kaiser Coil, and the Gruga Greaves. The Kieran Jacket could be traded out with the Brute Tigrix chest, but we're going with Kieran Jacket because I'm poor, and I don't really care if I have attack boost, to tell you the truth. We have Health Booster because I don't have Rocksteady Mantle yet, and we should have built full crit boost, but we just don't have those decorations. Okay, let's see. Did anyone post a quest? It's weird that some people believe that a certain type of bread and wine is Jesus' skin and blood, but I'm just glad Judas stopped him when he reached for the jar of mayo. This is my mayo. Oh no. I get the reference, the innuendo. I just noticed daylight savings kicked in. What? Wait a second. Did it really? Hold on. Oh my god, you are so right. Wow. So did we gain an hour or lose an hour? J Drick says, Gameconomist ignoring the rule of when the river runs red, take the dirt road. I didn't say I was ignoring that rule. You don't know. You don't know anything about me. All you know is I talk in a microphone for a long time. Might be crazy. It's no Blast Nut November. Man, we can't be doing that. That's true. That's true. Putting yourself in a risky position. I may now be referred to as Zoomer by TheGameconomist. Why you say that? Zoomer? Gained an hour, fall back, spring forward. Oh, okay. So actually, that explains why I've been awake for 3 additional hours streaming for you guys. And it's only 3 a.m. in the morning. Sweet. If that's what the clock says, then it's true. No, I'm just kidding. Nice, 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 nice. What do you guys think? Last one? I probably should go to bed soon. I kind of want to open up those Pokemon cards, though. Get that done. I think I want to get that done, actually. What Master Rank are you? I want to reach 100. I'm 92 now. I am Master Rank 67. We're trying to reach Master Rank 70. I'm a progressive bazoomer. What does that even mean, you know? What does it even mean, being a progressive? I'm a progressive. I like progress. What is the definition of progress, you know? It's like getting to take a label and say you have to call me a progressive, but it's like define progressive. Define the label. Where are the Chadmiral body pillars? Oh man, I want to make them, man, but I'm almost 100% sure Capcom will contact me with a you can't use our intellectual property rights on this pillow. The hour is neither late nor is it early. The hour arrives, Lord of the Rings. Somebody who finds emojis great says, I can appreciate Keanu because I'm a Zoomer is truly agonizing. Alim says, would 100 not be better as a goal because of T3 investigations? 100's better as a goal. Dogani Koze says, have you seen the new The Witcher Netflix trailer yet? I saw brief glimpses of it, and I gotta be honest, it didn't look that good, in my opinion. But maybe you have a different opinion. And I don't judge it until it comes out. But I feel like I typically am pretty good at judging things by their trailer. So something tells me it'll come out, and it will be okay. That's my bet. It's not gonna be like mind blowing. It's just gonna be okay. I'm sorry, it just looked too much like people cosplaying, essentially. I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's a nice cosplay. It's great cosplay, man. You're really good at that. Oh, also, I hate that the one actor, the Superman actor's in it, right? Is that right? I think that's right. I actually just now remember that. Okay. This guy is all over the place. I myself believe that being progressive means nobody can disagree with you because everybody loves progress. You have a nice voice. It's very pleasing to the ears. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. You have a very nice comment. Is pleasing to the ego. Where is he going, man? God dang it, dude. We can't get to the next level. Oh, he's knocked down over there, of course. Oh, man. We're not going to get this, are we? Come on, come on, come on. Don't roar. Alright. Oh, nice. Boop. Are you trying to dragon blind me? What do you think you're doing? Nice. It actually landed. I was a little worried it wasn't. There's one important reason why I personally think the series is going to be good. Henry Cavill has played the games and read the book. He's so passionate about the role. I think that he's just kind of a shit actor, though. So you can play the games and like the role, or whatever. Read the books, read the books. That doesn't mean you're going to be the best actor for it. I think he is easily one of the most boring actors I've seen in a while. He is very boring. He reminds me of the actor for Thor, whatever his name is. Hemsworth? Not interested. And I think you're passionate about something, it just can't turn out bad. Oh yes it can. You can be very passionate about something and lack skill. It's just as simple as that. Actually, there were plenty of people who were in school for computer science who were super passionate about computer science. But guess what? They were just bad at it. There isn't anything you can do about it. They just weren't good. You know what I mean? We'll see. I'm very judgmental. I'm a judgy person. And like I said, I try not to actually... I reserve my final thoughts on something until after it comes out. So I don't have anything final to say about it other than I was skeptical when I saw the trailer, and I'm not a fan of the Cavill character, the Cavill actor. The actual Witcher character, I don't care about him, but the actual, the actor they've chosen, I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes. You know what I think that Game of Thrones did very intelligently? They mostly just picked unknown actors to be the main characters in their stories, and I think that was really important for the success of Game of Thrones, you know what I mean? I think anytime you choose an actor who's already known for a role, you will spend a lot of your time seeing him not as the character in the story, but as the actor. You will see him as the actor. So like for Game of Thrones, you know, you had all these characters, these brand new, you never heard of them actors, and you saw them as, you didn't see them as their human, not their human, their alien talk over here. Their civilian, their regular identity. You saw them only as the character in the actual Game of Thrones story because you've never seen them act in anything else, right? So this is similar for the original Star Wars, right? So they have all these characters for the original Star Wars, and they haven't really done any other serious jobs, any other serious roles. So when you see them come into Star Wars, you don't really know them, and it helps you immerse yourself in them being the main characters from those stories. But Henry Cavill, you've already seen him act. You've already seen him playing other characters, and it's like you're going to see him as Henry Cavill. You're not necessarily going to see him as the, whatever his name is, the Witcher dude. Man, I'm bad at Witcher. I didn't play the games. Geralt, yeah, you're not going to see him as much as Geralt as you'll see him as Henry Cavill. That's how I will see him myself, personally. And so, unknown actors, I think it's just really important to have unknown actors. Especially if you want your stuff to be a classic and not just, if you want your movie, your fantasy to be a classic, like a real work of art, you have to go with unknowns, you know? Is he gonna get picked up? Oh, he is getting picked up. Geralt is hot, no homo. Well, that sounds like an awful lot of homo, actually. An actor like Henry Cavill can't carry a show, and Witcher is not looking great, in my opinion. Imagine Fatalis armor. What do you think the set bonus or skill would be? No idea. Gameconomist is an alien confirmed. His human name. Somebody's flipping me off. Geralt is hot. Oh, I already read that one. I call it the Frodo effect, where an actor becomes famous for one role, then they can't shake off that character. And that's not necessarily bad. It just means that we really identified them with that role, and typically what that means is they were a really good choice for that role, right? So imagine if Frodo was played by, oh, I don't know. Oh, man, I'm terrible at trying to give you an example because I don't actually know actor names because I'm terrible at memorizing them. Suppose Frodo came out later, Lord of the Rings came out later after Harry Potter, and the Frodo character was just played by the Harry Potter character. It would fundamentally change how you see Frodo. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's the actor for Harry Potter. You wouldn't say that's Frodo, you would say that's Harry Potter. And this is the, even if you like Cavill, this is the problem you will run into. You will see him as like, oh yeah, remember his role in Superman v Batman, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, ever. One of the dumbest big budget movies I've ever seen in my life. You will never unsee him as anyone other than goofy ass Batman or Superman. And you'll see that when you watch Witcher. You'll be like, yep, that's him. Now he's this other guy. You see him as an actor, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to see them as an actor because it ruins the illusion. I think it works for some movies, you know. Some movies don't require you to be immersed, but especially fantasy movies do. Fantasy movies, I noticed, they require a heavier amount of immersion than other types of movies, right? But definitely fantasy movies, yeah. You have to believe that he's the actual Geralt, and I'm just gonna see Henry Cavill. That's all I'm gonna see personally. Maybe it's not the same for everyone though. But I will mostly just see. Nice. Oh, actually it didn't count. That sucks. And I got hit anyways. How do you like that? Uh-oh, Dovey, no! I called a Latreon weeks ago on the Discord, and now people are speculating about him. What? Nuh-uh. Save Martha. Martha. Wow, our moms have exactly the same names. Now instead of killing you, we're best friends. Oh my god. Martha. Whoop, I don't think so. Waiting for an accidental kill of Odegarin. Well, not if you give us a warning like that. Hey, we fell into blue sharpness. Alright, we are mounted. What's her maiden name? Is it the same? No, of course not. Alright. No finishing mount, that's okay. Shoot. He's exhausted. Oh, and he's out of here. Dude, it is late, man. Wait. We're capturing. Alright, very good. Very good. Let's see. Maybe we'll get even one decent decoration now. Have we gotten even one? I don't feel like we've gotten even one decent decoration. We'll have to see. Wow, what a long stream, and we had a lot of conversation, didn't we? There was actually quite a bit of conversation in here. Quite a bit. And daylight savings has come and gone. So technically it would be 4:20 a.m. But for me it's 3:20 a.m. But my body would physically feel like it's 4:20 a.m. 4:20 blaze it. Vitality, Mouster, Sheath, KO Vitality, and Fortitude Physique. Garbage. Dude, give me the good decorations. Have you ever seen Pacific Rim? It's one of the best kaiju movies this generation. I have not seen Pacific Rim. Is Pacific Rim like that giant robot movie? God, I hate those kind of movies. Let's see, Pacific Rim. Oh, it's the giant robot movie. I hate to break it to you, man. I hate those kind of movies. The whole, oh, I'm in a big robot. It's like Power Rangers, but it's cringier because they take it more seriously. It's definitely cringier because of how serious it is. Gameconomist with the sneaky 420 blaze it. Blaze it. What do we have here? How many mushrooms do we have? So we've had our blaze it. Now we're going to have a few shrooms. Very good. The second one is actual and complete trash, is it? Save my progress. I would not be surprised. Alright, let's get that kabuki going, huh? They made a Power Rangers film. Oh, they did a while back, didn't they? Oh, look at this. We can just stop traffic. I didn't know that. So we can stop the traffic here for political cause. Stop fascists! Alright, gestures. Let's do the kabuki. Whew. Huh. Whew. Alright, guys. We're going to wrap the stream up. We're at 3 hours and 10 minutes. At 7:30 Central Time, I believe I have a Hunter Helper stream for Capcom. Capcom, and you know, they were like, hey, why don't you do a stream for us? And I agreed to that. When we do this stream, I'm going to have even more codes to hand out. I should have a total of 6 codes to hand out. And they're going to be like free stickers, free skin. I can't remember which skin it is, as well as free pose, unique pose. Okay, so there's going to be 6 codes to hand out for that. I hope you guys will join me for that later today. So later, I don't know exactly what would it be. It would be roughly, if it's 3 a.m., it would be 12 plus 4, about 16 hours. Is that right? It's about 16 hours from now. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna open up some Pokemon cards. I'll see you guys on my other channel. If you're not on my other channel, the TheGameconomist channel, you can always join that by checking the link in the description of the live stream. Okay? I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.